fake the handoff, reverse around the far side. Look at that close, and then the splash play on the tackle.
Hamilton cuts his way back to the middle part of the field. He's off to the races, and another touchdown.
Post Preps TV Game of the Week, presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
We're at Littleton Public Schools Stadium, the site of what used to be a dairy farm. How does that all come together? Well, it's a battle for the milk jug, and it is sitting right down there on the track. Arapahoe and Heritage renewing the rivalry. Arapahoe, for now, owns that milk jug. The Brookridge Trophy on the line here tonight, and the first win for one of these teams. It's Arapahoe and Heritage. Our Denver Post Preps Game of the Week, presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
Part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast, pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us so you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV. Don't want to miss any of our Post Preps TV broadcasts? Like us on Facebook and turn on page notifications at facebook.com/postpreps.
It is week 2 here in Colorado Preps football, and we have seen some fantastic games already. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Cory. Lopez, D. White is alongside here from Littleton Public Schools Stadium. It is at Littleton High School, essentially, but there's no purple out here. It's a lot of red, white, and blue, and black and gold. The Arapahoe Warriors taking on the Heritage Eagles. And D, it's a rivalry game. Both these teams are both looking for their first wins of the season. It's a pretty giant game, and it's only week 2.
0-1 for Heritage, 0-1 for Arapahoe. But when it comes to rivalry games, you know this as well as I do, Cory, and everybody else listening. Rivalry games, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Rivalry is all about that game, that night. Every other game on the schedule doesn't matter. Some people in this audience may even feel that as long as they win this game, the rest of the season doesn't matter. But at this point, these are two teams that want to get back on track. And what better way to do it than for a rivalry and for a trophy? Yeah. I'm jealous, Cory. I never played for a trophy. I wish I could. It looks like a little miniature Stanley Cup.
It does, doesn't it?
And these guys are going to battle for it tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Coming off seasons last year, and for Heritage and Arapahoe, we'll take a look at Arapahoe from last year. 5-5, not bad. They've been down for a while. They really think this could be the year, but you look at some of the wins that they picked off last year, not bad.
Very up and down last year. I mean, good start to the season. Came away with the win against Heritage last year, but then Creek and Mountain Vista, 2 tough losses there. Fairview the following week, 48-7, and then at Overland, at Doherty. I mean, the schedule was just unrelenting for them last year, and the fact that they finished 5-5 with some of the struggles that they had during the season is actually remarkable. But I think they're going to want to do a little bit better job this year than they did last year.
Started out in the preseason in the top 10. They've fallen out after their loss last week to Rock Canyon, surprisingly, 38-17. The other side of things for Heritage, they're in Class 4A, so you're going to see some different-looking teams that are on here. I mean, the likes of Mesa Ridge, Dakota Ridge, and Chatfield, which, by the way, they'll meet Chatfield at the end of the season this year. We're going to be there watching that one. That's how big that one could potentially be for them, a 6-4 season last year.
Now, last year, I mean, if you look at this team last year, they did have the loss to Arapahoe early. But again, the difference between 5A and 4A, they got back on track a little bit there towards the middle of the season, put up some big numbers offensively, but Denver South, a good football team in 4A, came close in that one. Dakota Ridge, another 2-possession game. So this is a team that was right on the cusp this year. Tough start for them as well as Arapahoe, but this may be the game right here that propels them back on track.
Could very well. Both looking for their first wins. We'll take a break, come back. We're going to break these teams down a little bit further for you. This is the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week. It's presented by AFW.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Watch new episodes of Post Preps TV with Kyle Newman every week at denverpost.com/preps.
Here's a look at our schedule, Post Preps TV broadcasts, and you can comment while we're going on the live stream. And if you have questions for Kyle Newman, of course, the Prep Sports editor, we're going to take some of those at halftime, and he can answer some of those. But, you know, we got Eagle Crest Grandview coming up next week, Valor Christian Pomona. It just keeps rolling at you, doesn't it, D?
There isn't a bad game on this schedule. And as you alluded to, even the very last game of the year, we're going to see Heritage again. But chocked full of teams from top to bottom on this schedule, and Post Preps brought this to the community, and I think this is one of the greatest things they've done with the Denver Post. So I'm glad to see these teams on here. You're going to see just about every top 10 team in the entire state in 5A. So I'm really looking forward to calling some of these games as the season goes on.
We'll break things down for you in just a moment. The kickoff is coming next here on
showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Have you checked the latest Colorado Preps Power Rankings? They're released weekly at denverpost.com/preps. Again, that's denverpost.com/preps.
Denver Post Preps game of the week here. Welcome back to Littleton Public School Stadium. We promised we were going to break it down. We want to remind you, the American Furniture Warehouse Player of the Game. We will announce that at the end of the broadcast. And D, there's a few guys on each of these teams that are possible candidates for all of this.
Well, I hate to be the guy that just does the consistent thing, but in this case, and in most cases in football, your quarterback is your most important position. Now, I apologize ahead of time, Kevin, but I'm going to say Lukasiewicz. Did I get that right? Help me out, Cory.
He's got older sisters, and I've done some basketball with Boulder Bell. It's Lucas Savage.
Lucas Savage?
Yeah.
Now that's an awesome name.
How about that?
Because you got Savage in it.
I know.
We'll find out if he's a Savage tonight. And then on the other side, Joe Wiegand. These are two kids that are athletic, guys that have pretty strong arms. We'll see how they command the game. It's that more so of following the game plan, doing what the coaches are asking you to do, because in a rivalry game, emotions will be high. It'll be hard to be distracted. There's going to be a lot of people in the stadium. The crowd is going to be loud. So the team that is able to settle down the quickest may have the advantage early in this game.
Boy, I'm with you on that one, certainly. For Heritage, they've got a couple of guys that can run the ball a little bit, too. Josh Martin's one of the kids we're going to be looking for. And Tyler Zoich, who is, again, a senior laden, man, senior quarterback. You got two senior running backs. You got some guys you're going to throw to that are seniors as well. This Heritage club coming off a loss to Rampart, who is ranked 10th now this week, according to the Denver Post. They got punched around a little bit, and I think they're looking to beat up on a rival.
One thing about upperclassmen is you know that they're going to be able to respond better than some of your younger guys. So I would fully expect that Heritage, as well as Arapahoe today, with their seniors and their upperclassmen, will come out firing here early.
Josh Martin is one of those guys that's standing back there waiting to receive this one. The kick by Arapahoe. And a high kick at that, and it is going to be Martin that'll take it right about the 10-yard line. Found some room there in the wedge. He's going to try to bounce it to the outside. The kicker going to get him? You betcha, right at the 40-yard line. How about that? It's Nate Arapahoe who saves the touchdown.
The kicker.
Yeah.
Now, that'll be a highlight that he'll play over and over again, maybe even in his own bedroom, but it's somewhere at some point. It's nice to see that kickers can be football players as well, because they don't get the credit they deserve sometimes. But especially at the high school level, I've seen kickers play offense, kickers play defense as well. So a great stop from him, because he might have been the last line of defense there before they went down to score the touchdown.
From the shotgun, here comes Heritage now as the Eagles quarterback. Wiegand looks, and then, as is typical, see it in preps, see it a lot in college, look to the sideline, make sure as the coaches get a look at the defense, we got the right call on. We do. A little play action there. Oh, wide open. Josh Martin standing there waiting for the ball. Headed down the near sideline and finally caught from behind, and it is Mac Bruce. It'll make the saving touchdown, but a blown coverage.
This may be the one instance that the guy that could have scored this touchdown didn't because of the previous play. I think he was still tired from the kick return where he almost broke it all the way to the house and just didn't quite have enough gas to get all the way into the end zone. Wide open, though.
Man, oh, man. How about 43 yards to open things up? A handoff to the left side, and they'll give it to the big guy, Zoich. But a flag, and we're going backwards now for Heritage. Well, first two plays look pretty good for him.
Absolutely. Quick start for Heritage. You always want to win the special teams battle. They've done that so far. Obviously, Arapahoe hasn't had a chance to return their own, but you like to see Heritage coming out with a lot of fire, and this is what you expect from teams that just took a loss in their first game last week. As a coach, you're telling your players, look, it's one game. We'll get over this game. Now we got a rivalry game. We have a chance to take control of our season, and I think that's what we're seeing from Heritage so far.
1st and 15 now, just the third play of the game, and a keeper here by Wiegand, and not a lot of room over there. It was filled up pretty nicely by the Arapahoe players. David Shumper, who we're going to call a lot of, one of the linebackers, but a host of white shirts there.
Well, and that's showing off a little bit of that athleticism we alluded to earlier for Wiegand. I expect him to run the ball at least 10 to 15 times tonight just to get this offense moving.
Defensive end jumping around a little bit. Looks like a blitz may be coming, but again, looking to the sideline. Are they changing the call up? Wiegand now ready to go out of that pistol set. Twin receivers either side. You got 4 in the pattern. A little pump fake to the slot receiver, and now he's going toward the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off over there by Cade Segura. Look back at the right time. Nice adjustment to Pickett.
Had a nice wheel route there called. It was a great play. Just didn't get it there quick enough. The quarterback recognized it early, but just a great defensive play by Segura there. Able to play the receiver, track the ball, get his hands on it, and bring it down inbounds over there in the corner of the end zone. So a great play to counter the great start for Heritage for the Arapahoe Warriors.
We talk about sucking a little bit of the wind out of the stadium, at least on the Heritage side of things. That certainly is what's happened here, and now Arapahoe fans are up and going. It's quiet to our left side here. As you can see, the field, the stands are all just here on the near side. Separated essentially by the 50-yard line all the way up through the stands. Lucas Savage drops back and throws it low. Is that one caught? Yeah, referee's going to give it to him over there at about the 24-yard line, and not bad.
It might have been a little bit touch of nerves there, Cory, I think, early on. That first pass, you want to get that first one out of the way. If you're not a quarterback and you're just a regular position player, then taking that first hit kind of gets you involved into the game and get your flow going. So we'll see what they do here on second down.
Got about 4 there. Turns, going to hand off to their running back. Phelan's got it. He falls ahead for the first down at about the 31-yard line there. And again, just kind of making his way through there. Lopez is there for Heritage on the tackle, and I see also over there Mildren.
Well, it looks like Phelan, he's got some quick feet. I saw some chop in there, some good wiggle, some good lateral movement, so I'm sure they'll be trying to feed him the ball as well as he looked inside the hole there, and a great hole opened up by the interior offensive lineman there.
Sometimes that's trouble. You start dancing around, but he got 7 out of it. Not bad. First down and 10 now for Arapahoe. Handoff again, feeling that time dancing, and falls down. He was trying to move to the left and falls over right at the line of scrimmage. There's pretty good push there by the D-line.
It looked like Blaine Butt was the one that was able to get over in that nose tackle position over the center and get a great push in the middle. We just gave a little credit to Arapahoe for getting some good push, and now Heritage showing that they can push back a little bit on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's a nice little answer. 3rd and 9 here. Shotgun time for Lukasavich. Kevin Lukasavich, the junior quarterback, got a little room there in the pocket, fires it up top, got him in, but he's going to overshoot him. He was looking for Jalen Thomas, the junior, streaking down that sideline. Pretty good coverage over there. But again, you're trying to drop it in a bucket, and he was just airing that out.
I think he had him open. If he was able to put a little bit more air under it, I think they would have been okay down the sideline there, but it just overshot him just a little bit there. Don't be surprised if they come back to some shots later on here.
Yeah, they had a little something there for a moment.
Yes, they did.
Thomas had a step or so. 4th down and 9, so punt time. Rugby style, and he's going to keep it himself. Why not? That's Alex Smith. Smith, not a starter, but can do just about everything. One of the touchdowns last week for Arapahoe, and they go for it on 4th down. He takes it all the way to the Heritage 44.
Not to be confused with the Alex Smith who tore up the New England Patriots last night. This is the Alex Smith from Arapahoe, and again, a big play there, and that's why you do the rugby style punt. It gives the punter, if you have an athletic guy back there, it gives him the option to run if he sees nothing but open space, and that's exactly what he did right there, and that's what you expect from a captain in Alex Smith.
23 yards on the fake punt, and now Arapahoe's in business at the Heritage 44-yard line. Lukasavich, hands off, Phelan, and that's Smith actually, and great coverage by the defenders to get there in time. He's cut down at about the 40-yard line. Boy, Brule, though, got there very quickly as the red shirts kind of converged on the football.
Absolutely, and running right behind Blake Corrett, big number 77, who got out in front there, and they were able to pick up a good amount of yardage there. But it looks like Smith is more of the straight line runner, and it looks like Phelan is a little bit more of the scat back, the guy that's going to give you a little bit more miss and match there. So we'll see how they mix it up as they go on.
The senior Smith's in the backfield. He's got the football now, and he's looking for a hole, trying to bounce outside. Got knocked up in the air, and as he spun to the right, he only got about a yard out of it there. Maybe they'll give him the progress to about the 39-yard line, but same place where they started.
A.J. Meehan there, number 88, flies into the backfield and makes a great stop there. We're seeing some kids flying around, making some plays now, and I don't want to say it's desperation, but when you lose a game like that, especially early in the season, you have nothing to lose. And this makes it even more exciting because this is a rivalry game. So I expect some big hits, lots of collisions, and kids flying around making plays tonight, and we've definitely seen that so far.
3rd and 4. First downs at the 35-yard line. Lukasavich looking to Smith. Now he's going to fire it to him. Now he's going to have to do some dancing. Lowers the head, has the first down as he falls to the 32-yard line. There's a flag behind where Smith left his wake.
Looks like it's going to be a holding call on that Arapahoe offensive line. That could really cause some problems for them because that not only maybe stopped a first down, which it looked like he was very close to, maybe just a little bit short according to the referees there, but now you're going to back him up another 10 yards.
Oh, a block in the back instead.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if that helped out. Smith got a lot of that on his own. They closed in and rallied to the football, and he just lowered his head and got it, but they'll have to try again. It'll be 3rd and 12 now as they back him up to about the 47-yard line.
Don't be surprised if they come back to that shot on the wide side of the field here to the top side receiver.
That's a great point. Keep an eye out over there. They tried to go to Jalen Thomas on the right side. Play clocks, by the way, no play clocks here at Littleton Public School Stadium, so we're kind of guessing along. We'll keep an eye on the back judge. Lukasavich is in the pistol set now. Phelan is next to him. Back to pass, got a little time, got to step up. That time ran out, and he is sacked. A host of players that includes Butt in there along with Meehan.
Again, Meehan, but both coming up big again. And it looked like, if you watch the replay here, it looks like he's looking down that right side over there. It looked like a wheel route, and he was waiting for it to develop, and they just didn't give him quite enough time. And at that point, you want to make sure that you make the right decision, because last time it was very close to maybe an overthrow or an interception, so he wanted to take his time and didn't quite get it there.
The punt, Rapue that is, I should say, and the fair catch taken by Heritage just inside the 20-yard line here. Well, it's been interesting to watch.
It's been all over the place so far.
Heritage looked like a breakout, like, oh, hey, we're going to put the first points on the board. They throw a pick. Arapahoe, though, is stopped by that Heritage defense.
And actually continues the drive with the rugby-style punt. Gets another first down, only to have it taken back by a block in the back, and now having to punt back to Heritage. So we're back to where we started in the first place.
They'll go from their own 19 is actually where they'll set this down. It's Wiegand, the quarterback, takes the snap, and they run a little sweep here to the right side. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to be shot out of bounds, and he's going to lose some yardage out of it. Good pursuit that time by the Arapahoe defense.
Great play, and it looks like that's number 13 for Arapahoe.
Yep, that's Roots again.
Roots again, and it looks like defensively they want to try and string things out. They know the quarterback for Heritage is going to run. They want to make sure that if he's going to beat you, he's going to beat you outside and not inside.
Wiegand again waiting for it. He's got it. Look at the pass. Look out, blitz coming. They're setting up that screen, and they will find Zoich. Zoich dances his way to about the 21-yard line. That closed down very quickly on him.
And it looked like that was number 6, Charlie Federley, who was able to recognize the screen, sit on his haunches, because one thing you don't want as a defender is you don't want them flying anywhere but the ball on a screen pass, because sometimes they get a little excited. They see that there is a pass, and they see their defensive line getting in, and they get excited about an interception and forget that there may be a guy in the screen game.
Gain of 4 means it's 3rd and 8 here after the loss on the first down play. Whoop, he wasn't looking for the ball. Wiegand has to fall on it. On the ball, still exposed out there. Who's got it? That might be the Warriors, or did Wiegand get back there? One of the big plays fell on top of it. That's Andy Vickery, the sophomore that got back there.
Woo, talk about lucky. I mean, and this is kind of what we talked about in the open as far as nerves, rivalry game. We're seeing a lot of different aspects. We saw the interception. We saw the fake punt. We saw penalties so far. We're seeing long snaps. So this is, as soon as these teams start to settle down, we're going to see who's able to take control here. But right now, this is a great opportunity for Arapahoe to capitalize. You're going to win the field position battle right here. You have got to put some points on the board if you're inside Heritage's 50.
Got to be a quick snap and a quick punt. Get it up, get it out, and he did just get it away. Very short. Alex Smith is going to take the fair catch at the Heritage 31-yard line. Well, that's not bad, getting that thing out of there, but again, it's another short field for Arapahoe.
Well, Heritage has got to toughen up here and try not to give anything away. This is an opportunity for Arapahoe to kind of take the lead here, propel themselves into a position to take control of the game. And with the way these two teams have been going back and forth, and nobody really having control, can Arapahoe take control here, or is this Heritage turn to stop the momentum of the Warriors?
So our Denver Post Preps game of the week is presented by American Furniture Warehouse. By the way, the Labor Day sale continuing here through the weekend. Lucas Savage rolling, turning, finds his man on the far side, the tight end Groth, who popped up, dives. Did he get it across? They say he stepped out near the 3-yard line, and there is a flag down in the middle of the field. Jake Groth, the tight end, released. Nobody was with him. He's all by himself, but it's coming back.
It looked like there might have been an illegal man downfield. We talked about this last week in the Cherry Creek Regis game. Sometimes these offensive linemen, they get a little excited and want to get involved and block for their guys, and they go a little bit further than what they should.
Here's the call from the Whitecap. Well, it kind of hit or miss with the wireless mic out there, but it was an illegal man downfield. Kind of looking to see. Oh, yep, the release there. I don't want to put it on it. They didn't actually call the number out, but the center released a little quicker than he needed to. That 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi turned into...
You got to wait. You have to wait.
1-2.
As much as you want to jump out there, you got to force yourself to hold back.
Back to the 35-yard line, still pretty good position. Phelan's got it up the right side in a little hole as he dives to that right side there. Again, kind of the scat back work, but finds a little bit of room. Goddard is over in the middle of it for Heritage.
Blake Corrett has been the guy that they've been trying to run behind. He's the biggest body on the field, but the kid can move. Again, they pull him from the tackle slot on the left-hand side and bring him around on the sweep action. And he's able to get not only to the hole, but inside the hole and create a great gap for them to try and squeeze through.
Lukasavich up under center here, 2nd down and 8. After the gain of 7 there. Going to give it back to Phelan. He's caught as he goes into the line there. That was Goddard that got his paws on him, and he just tried to back his way ahead for a couple.
Well, and we talked about this before. Straight line is what we've seen from Alex Smith. A little bit of more scat back with Phelan, but as you alluded to earlier, Cory, sometimes chopping your feet too much can get you in trouble. And most of the time, what you want a running back to do in that type of situation, make that one cut, get as much as you can, and get down and hang on to the ball.
3rd and 7 coming here for the Warriors. Trips coming here to the near side. Lukasavich is in that pistol set all by himself. If they're quick release, they get it out front. That's Hollingsworth, but he's got nowhere to go. Great closing speed. Darrington, one of the sophomore cornerbacks over there, and about 3 other red shirts.
Great coverage on the bubble screen there as we take a look at the defensive starters for Heritage. Josh Martin there at corner, another senior, and you do have some underclassmen here. Everett Darrington's looked good, Luke Lefebvre, so you've got some young guys out there for Heritage, but your 2 seniors, Goddard and Martin, are going to be the ones that kind of coordinate things on the backside.
Under 2 to go here in this first quarter, and it's field goal time. Rapu, the opportunity from 42 yards, and he drilled it, but he missed it. That thing would have been good from 52 yards, but he missed it.
He's got the leg.
Boy, does he.
That's definitely not the issue. He's got the leg. Just a little, Major League, one of my favorite movies, right? Just a little bit outside. He was right there. He was right there, but just a little bit outside. But great leg. I'm sure they'll come right back to him to try and get him some confidence if they're in another field goal position.
Tried the 42-yard field goal. I was a little surprised by that until I saw it blast off of that right foot. So
it was almost hard to keep up with. He kicked it so hard.
It is now the Eagles' turn. They get the ball back here at the 20-yard line. And again, Federation rules, the ball goes right to the 20-yard line. Doesn't matter where you kick that field goal from. And Zoich has got some room as he falls to the 35-yard line there. On the tackle, Cade Segura, the guy who made the pick in the end zone that saved any points going up on the board for Arapahoe the first time around.
Trying to speed up the tempo here. Heritage back under center again. Here we go.
Quick run here to the right side. Ooh, big hit to about the 38-yard line. Lauren LeBoom was Hershey there on the runner.
Boy, Hershey was not handing out candy bars there. He decided to give him a little bit of a shot. But it looks like Zoich right now between the 2 backs, Zoich and Martin, they're trying to deliver body blows, just like boxing. Beat them down with the run game and then maybe take a shot up top.
2nd long 7 here, and a little counter or cross play there, but there was no place for Zoich to do, and jumping in there is Max Roos.
Max Roos has been one of the most consistent defensive players on either side of the team here. As you take a look at the Arapahoe defensive starters with Shumter and Smith there as the seniors. Alex Smith, obviously, we've seen him make some plays already, the captain, but this is a stout defense on both sides so far. They're playing really good defense, but when these offenses settle down, that's when it's going to get interesting.
3rd and long for Joseph Wiegand, the senior quarterback here. Looks to the sideline, and they've got the call on. Slot left to the wide side of the field. Give it to Zoich, and he's got nowhere to go. Hershey is in there. Let's see who else coming off the middle of that pile. Jalen Thomas jumps in there too.
And it looks like Chris Knobloch was right in there. It looks like a mix of everybody on that left side of the defense for Arapahoe got in on the mix there. Again, Arapahoe with a great defensive stop here. So far, it's been all defense. We haven't seen the offense pop yet, but also the special teams have been key, so we'll see what happens when we come back.
All right, end of the first period. This is the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at thenewafw.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
Get the Denver Post Preps coverage delivered to your inbox. Sign up for newsletters at denverpost.com/alerts.
Every house bought or sold using the app.
Got a great feature if you're watching here live from Littleton Public Schools Stadium. You can comment and ask questions. Kyle Newman is going to join us at halftime. Answer some of the questions about preps. D, as you said, ask why my team's not ranked, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
We'd love to hear from you wherever you may be watching, whether it be here in the metro area or anywhere around the world. We invite everyone in. Moms, dads, grandmas, friends. 4th down and 9 here. Heritage is going to have to punt. You are watching a defensive struggle, certainly. That one going almost straight up into the air over toward the sidelines over there. It'll take an Arapahoe bounce. Not a great punt, but again, doesn't matter much. Both defenses are playing really well here today.
The way they're playing right now, it hasn't really mattered that much. But the one thing that you do see here that could be an advantage for Arapahoe, which they didn't capitalize on earlier in the game. But now this is a flip of field position for them. Remember, not too long ago, they were just kicking out of their own end zone. So it'll be, or excuse me, that was Heritage. We flipped now. But either way, Arapahoe's got a chance here. Maybe they can break through on these defense, or are we going to continue to see great defensive play?
Going from their own 43-yard line, Lukasavage under center again, rolls out a little play action on the bootleg, and it's caught out here on the near side by Thomas. They finally found a way to find Jalen Thomas on the near side, and a nice catch and a nice gain there. Allen Mitchell on the coverage. He got helped by some more red shirts.
Lukasavage able to finally get that ball out there to Jalen Thomas. It looked like a couple of times it was hard for him to step in and really get the ball there. And this is the first time we've had a real big completion down the field. So on the other side of the 50 now, a little bit of momentum for Arapahoe, but I expect them to go back to the ground game. Expect some more Phelan here coming up.
13 yards on that pass. You are indeed right. Phelan is the guy that takes it forward. Lefebvre will get him around the legs as he comes around for the backside, gets him before he gets into the line.
One thing I want to commend these two teams on so far, sometimes when you get into these rivalry games, especially early on in the game, you see some chippiness, you see a little pushing and shoving, and we see a shove here or there. But even after the shove, I saw two players. Oh, absolutely. I see the shove after the play, but then a pat on the butt afterwards. Yeah. So these are two teams that want to compete against each other, but also, I believe, have some mutual respect. Deep down, maybe, but it's there.
Trips up top. Lukasavage from the pistol pumps once, wants to go over the top, and it's knocked away. Pretty nice play out there. I think that's Josh Martin over on the far side that made that play. It was indeed.
Both teams are trying to take some shots here. It seems they both have the same strategy. Lull them to sleep with the run. Lull them to sleep with the run, take a shot. And we've seen both teams try and do it. We haven't seen the quarterbacks be right on quite yet, but they're definitely in the vicinity, and one of those is going to connect, and it could be the play of the game the way this game is going out.
They were looking for the senior Scott Dement out there on that left side. That's good coverage by Josh Martin. So 3rd and 8 from the Heritage 42-yard line, all by himself. He'll throw it to Phelan. They try to get him loose. He's caught from behind, and there's your guy, Meehan, who catches him from behind.
Meehan's been a monster so far this game, and even on the pass that they completed, he was planting Lukasavage in the backfield. So he's been all over the place. But again, another defensive stop. We've seen a whole bunch of it so far. Great defensive game. These offenses are going to have to start getting that motor running.
Each team has had the ball 3 times now, and the closest anyone's gotten to a touchdown was Heritage, but it was a interception in the end zone. Rapu high, and it'll be taken. A fair catch at the 9-yard line. Smartly taken.
And actually, that was a great punt. A couple of the punts we've seen earlier were a little wobbly. That was a great punt to get them right there about the 10-yard line. Now, Heritage, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to kind of put something together. You still got 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. You've got plenty of time. This is the time to sustain a drive. But the way things have been going so far, should we expect a punt? I don't want to expect a punt. I want to see some fireworks, but so far, Arapahoe's been playing good D as well as Heritage. Can Heritage finally pop one?
Think about this. Total of 20 points were scored last year in the game, 17 of those by Arapahoe. Look out. Zoic's got a little bit of room, and he pushes his way across the 20 to the 22-yard line, just kind of taking bodies with him there.
This is that Joe Frazier boxing analogy that we talked about.
Feels
those
like
body blow after body blow after body blow, wear this team down, and then allow some big shots down the field. As long as they can continue to maintain the run, that's going to open up everything else offensively for Heritage, as well as Arapahoe when they're on offense.
Give them 10. They got to the 20. First down and 10 for Heritage here. Under 10 to go. We're in the first half. No score. Now the teams will get up on the ball here. Momentary delay. I think they were trying to get the chain gang all together out there. This time it's off to Josh Martin. And again, just kind of a quick hitter there off of that right side. Really trying to work on that left side of the defense.
Well, and I think they're trying to establish that running game and let Arapahoe know, look, you're going to have to continue to stop us with this run game. And we're seeing that on both sides of the ball offensively. But right now, again, the stoppage, looking at the sidelines. I wouldn't, on second and short here, they might want to take a shot or maybe a trick play. This might be a good spot for something like that.
All right, we'll see. Four up front defensively, and Wiegand's going to go up top. He is looking for Jimenez, but he overthrows. Oh, no, actually looking for Meeks down this near sideline. That's not a 12, that's a 42 running down this near side. Pretty good coverage by Arapahoe.
Very good coverage there from number, was that 20 or 30?
It is Ryan Norse, I believe.
Ryan Norse, great play by him. But again, these quarterbacks still looks like they have yet to settle in. They just can't quite get comfortable. And we've seen some shots, but nothing connects yet. But I have a feeling, I mean, they're not going to stop now after they've been doing it so far this game.
Bobby Baltiner actually on the coverage there. I want to make sure that we give it to him. Oh, a nice adjustment there, and they'll find their man here on the near side up to about the 35-yard line. Great job by Wiegand there. Pumped once. Throw, but that pump may have cost him a man downfield potentially.
Well, it looks like it could either be an illegal man downfield or it might be a personal foul. It looks like against Arapahoe, a little bit of a late love there in the backfield. I don't know if they're going to call it rough, and we'll find out.
Defense, number 81, slap.
Well, we're getting intermittently, but a slap to the head, and that's a no-no. And tack on to the amount of yardage that was picked up on that nice play made by Mitchell Allen on the catch and the run.
They don't allow the Deacon Jones moves anymore. There's no more of that head slap anymore. And rightfully so.
Boy, that was effective though, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Seeing stars can't hear anything.
I even used to do it in my playing days. You give a nice little slap to that ear hole, a little disorientation. So,
boy, oh boy. Flag thrown right into the pile there as Zoic tries to make his way to that left side. Knobloch was hanging around there. Riley Schnell also there from a linebacker spot.
Zoich looks like he's going to get the majority of the carries, and Martin seems to be the big play guy offensively for Heritage so far. They're going to continue to run the ball, but
Number 70 and 71, 15-yard penalty.
so it looked like a cut block from two different interior linemen there. So they got to be careful with that. You got to make sure that you stay up. No chop block, no contact up top, and then chopping down low. You can chop block, but you cannot engage up top and down low.
Back him up 15 now, first and 25. Wiegand, he's got one man on his hip now. Flushed out on the run. He can run though, let's see. Breaks one tackle on the far side. Takes the punishment and falls ahead to the 50-yard line. Ooh, man, Segura tried to lay one on him, and he sidestepped him just enough to keep moving forward.
I think Wiegand's life just flashed before his eyes. All I saw was a flash of white come in there. Segura kind of looked away some wood, but it looked like he missed him and allowed him to pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards. So got to be careful. If you're going to fly in there like that, you got to keep your head up.
Man, oh man, he was coming to lay the woods. 14 yards though, and Now it's just 2nd and 11. Much more manageable for the Eagles. Wiegand looking here to the near side, throws to the slot. He was trying to find Martin. Double coverage. We get pass interference.
Really, really super early play there from the defender. You know,
they had it covered too.
Absolutely. He was there. You just got to keep your hands off till the ball's in the air.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 19, 15 yards.
Alex Hershey there. And again, he was running into the coverage, and you could see that looked like it was probably zone coverage, but one of the players, one of the defenders recognized it and started to float with him.
He was there. He was in the mix. He was in his zone, and that's what his coach is going to tell him. Look, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, but you have to lay off a little bit. Play that hip. Don't play the back, because if you play the back, that means to get to the ball, you have to go over the top of him. If you play that hip, you have an opportunity to cut underneath. He just got there a little too early.
It's so hard to teach patience. This aggressive game here. Nice throw and the catch at the 25-yard line as he's able to find Jimenez here on the near side, who just sat down to make the catch.
That was a very, very good throw from Joe Wiegand. It looks like he might be settling in here. We've been talking about that so far this game. But again, rolling to the left as a right-hand quarterback is always a tough throw.
11 yards on the pass and catch. Wiegand going to look to the sideline here again, as they are into Warrior territory. They were here one other time, tried to throw one to the end zone, and it got picked off. Very close to the red zone now. Play action, fires it out, trouble there, no. Caught to the far side and making his way around. How about that?
One missed tackle away.
It looked like that was going to be a big-time trouble, and Darrington made two guys miss.
Now, if you look on this play, the tackle, number 70, doesn't quite get out there. Maybe if you show a little bit more patience as the wide receiver, you can make it connect. Still, good pass, good catch. The blocker's out there where he's supposed to be. Couldn't quite pull it all together, but still a good gain on first down.
Yeah, I got 6 out of it there that time. 2nd down and 4. And back to the ground they go. And Zoich going to take it inside the 15. Looks like they're going to spot it right at the 15, so that's going to be close to a potential first down.
Well, and this is going to be a big play here. Can Arapahoe come up with a stop and force a field goal attempt, as you see Heritage, understanding the severity of this situation, trying to get back on the line of scrimmage already.
3rd and less than a yard here. Wiegand's going to keep it and get that first down to the 12-yard line. Quick reaction by Alex Smith, but not quite fast enough to get there and stop him.
Looks like that Arapahoe defensive line starting to wear down a little bit. Heritage continuing the pace now. This is something different that we didn't see on the first couple of drives. Heritage running pace now, trying to wear down that Arapahoe defense.
9th play of the drive, and the Warriors said enough. We're taking a timeout. So are we. 6:32 to go. First half, no score. Heritage Eagles are driving. It's the Milk Jug game here on the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week.
If you see Coach Knobloch's signature, you win.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at thenewafw.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American.
Did you know the Denver Post has live audio broadcasts of high school sports games? Listen to the Game of the Week on Post Preps Radio. Go to denverpost.com/preps to find upcoming games or listen to archived coverage.
Littleton Public School Stadium here. Heritage ready to go back to work. They forced Arapahoe to call a timeout. They start picking up the pace here a little bit. First down and 10. Wiegand throws as he's hit, and it's in and out of the hands. He had Zoich right there. Threw it a little sooner than he wanted to, but he was going to get smashed.
Had Zoich wide open there in the flat area, but the pressure is what caused the errant throw. So a good play defensively by Arapahoe now, and now you're in a 2nd and 10, And Arapahoe and Heritage, both offensively, have struggled in long situations. So if they can kind of get here to 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, and give themselves a chance on 3rd down, it'll be interesting.
Here we go. Give it off to the right side. Got a little bit of room there. That's Mitchell Allen as he'll take it up to about the 6-yard line there.
Number 40, Mitchell Allen on the carry.
And another change of pace. Zoich now Allen coming in.
Want to make sure that they mix it up so that way that your linebackers and your safeties and everybody that's going to be in run support can't key on just one guy. It's very easy. And what you do, Cory, you call that a cross key. If your linebacker is away from the running back, that running back is his responsibility, and that's how you cross key. If the running back crosses the middle of the line of scrimmage where the center is, that becomes his guy and vice versa. So in order to switch things up on those linebackers, you want to make sure that you're giving it to other guys so that way they cannot key every single time they run a play.
3rd and 5 coming. Heritage is going to take a timeout. We're going to take it with you. Update you on a score, too. Pine Creek 10-0 on Windsor right now in the 2nd quarter. More Denver Post Prep's Game of the Week presented by AFW in a moment.
Broncos quarterback situation. Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the Denver Post Sports Minute. Stay up to date with the Broncos, Rockies, Nuggets, Avalanche, Rapids, and even college sports. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting Denver Post Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/video or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, whenever you want it, watch the Denver Post Sports Minute 20.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
We remind you, you're watching live here on Facebook. Well, comment to us. You got a question for Kyle Newman? We'll talk to him coming up at halftime. And another pick right at the end zone. And again, that pressure up the middle. Looking to try to get it out there. That's Bobby Baltzer, the junior that picked it off at the goal line.
That's twice now that Heritage has been in scoring position and knocking on the door, and just, I won't say an errant throw, but more of a better defensive play on that play to come down with the interception. So far, still up and down, still no score, only 5 minutes left here in the first half, and nobody has really established the momentum. We haven't seen anything from either team. It's kind of been topsy-turvy, and it's really been a field position game, and whoever's been playing the best field position game is going to have the best chance to score, and so far that's been Heritage, but just not quite able to complete those drives.
Bend, don't break. That's what the Warriors have been doing. Hand that off to Phelan. He's hit, but will fall forward to about the 9-yard line. Bringing the wood there. That was Luke Lefebvre.
Brings up 2nd down.
Boy, Lefebvre really hit him pretty hard. That was a nice job by Phelan, though, to kind of keep that momentum. You like backs that'll fall forward. Looking at some other scores out there. Oh, Mountain Vista, Rangeview, Mountain Vista, 52-24. Is that a final? God, that's a lot of points here. Lucas Savage, in the meantime, finds Phelan again, leaping over one of his own men to the 15. Bowls ahead to the 20-yard line.
Trying to get out of their own side of the end zone there, and got to be careful here. But again, going back to that running game and pounding inside. Some great movement from the offensive line there, and then the nice little jump from Mr. Quick Feet, Mr. Phelan.
Yes, indeedy. Matt Phelan, the senior. 4:38 to go, and, well, not taking him home with him. The Warriors going to call timeout. We'll take it with them. This is a key possession here for Arapahoe. It's the Milk Jug rivalry matchup from Littleton Public School Stadium, the Post Preps Game of the Week.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com, and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
Littleton Public School Stadium here. Warriors set to go to work again. First down and 10. Phelan's the guy. Well, no, it's Smith actually bouncing to the outside here. As he bounced to the outside, got about 4 yards, but not a lot there. But by bouncing to the outside, he found a little bit of real estate anyway.
Well, and trying to keep those legs fresh between Phelan and Smith. Smith playing both ways. He's also the punter, as we saw earlier with the fake punt. So fatigue may come in the second half here, but you want to see a push from one of these teams here with only 4 minutes left here in the first half.
Coming up about 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Trips down at the bottom, doesn't matter. They're running the football, and they're looking. Did Phelan again? No, this time it's Smith up to about the 29-yard line. Going to be just short of that first down. First time we called J.C. Aguirre, big boy, in on the tackle that time.
Definitely making some plays defensively for Heritage. A big third down again for Heritage. And what we've seen from these defenses, they've been very, very, very good on third down. Most of the drives that we've seen sustained have been aided by penalties and not so much the play itself. So we'll see what they do with short yardage.
Lukasavich going to find his man, scoots through, got a first down and running over people. Smith will take it all the way up to the 36-yard line.
Maybe Alex Smith is related to the Kansas City Chiefs' Alex Smith. It looked like he ate his Wheaties this morning. Playing well defensively, offensively, special teams all over the field. Keeping him fresh is going to be the key going into the second half because he's been the one making big plays for them. 8
yards by Smith, ran over Jimenez there as he squirted through the hole. First down and 10, under 3 to go in the half. Warriors trying to put some points up on the board here. Sliding his way through. That's Phelan, who's flipped down at about the 41-yard line. The tackle made by Matthew Brulé. Not after 6 yards picked up, though, and it's coming in chunks now.
Absolutely. They're starting to wear down that Heritage front, maybe. And don't be surprised if we see Heritage maybe try and slip some other players in there to try and keep those guys fresh up front. You want to make sure that you can combat this and not let it be easy for Arapahoe and force them to fight for every yard that they can get.
They'll throw trips up top, but I think that's more about spreading the field out a little bit here. Warriors been staying on the ground. Nope. Lukasavich looking to throw this time. It's short, but it's caught right about the 49-yard line. He found Jalen Thomas over there. They'll move the chains, but boy, that could have potentially, they ran all the DBs off.
That was the second time now that Lukasavich had a guy open and just got it there. Got to get a little bit more follow through on his throws. And if they can get that on time and you can get that wide receiver with enough room to run, it could be dangerous.
Phelan got a big hole out there, and he's bursted off to the left side. Only guy on him is Martin, trying to catch him, and he will, right at the 6-yard line. Giant hole, and I'm telling you, Smith got through there Phelan got through there in a hurry.
I know my nicknames haven't been the best so far, Cory.
Good with
but
them.
How about this one? Sweet Feet Phelan. Nice. That's what I'm going to start calling this kid now. Again, the foot frequency, you see him getting outside. Once he's in space, he can make some moves, make some guys miss a little bit. It's an opportunity for Arapahoe here with not very much time left.
44 yards on the run by Phelan. Roth will reset to the left side, and they will give it off. Smith trying to dance his way through. Spins. Touchdown, Warriors. A little bit of a hole, and Alex Smith spun his way into the end zone, and with 1:29 to go here, it looked like they might be able to finally crack that goose egg. Wow, and now the mic cuts out. It was an unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see if they tack it on the kickoff or right here on the extra point try.
More than likely, coaches like to use it on the kickoff, so that way they're almost guaranteed for a team to start on the 20-yard line. But we talked about those tempers and that rivalry and maybe a little chippiness after the play there. But a huge score for Arapahoe to kind of take control of this game early, but still 1:29 left. Heritage has shown that they can move the ball. Can they get into at least field goal range or maybe vie for a touchdown before the end of the half?
It'll be enforced in a kickoff, as they said here, although where everybody's standing around, if they're going to go for 2 here. There we go. Move the ball up to the 3-yard line. Suddenly, one referee was marching it back, but then the coach said, no, we're going to do it on the kickoff.
Maybe he thought it was too easy from the 3. Let's give these kids a challenge, right, Cory?
Yeah. Nate Rapue is going to be the kicker. I don't think it matters if they back him up 15 yards or not. The leg that kid's got.
Yes, I did forget about that as he almost puts that one into the street here at LPS Stadium.
Splits the upright, 7-0. Arapahoe with the lead in the rivalry game over Heritage. Back in a moment, it's the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week.
Part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast, pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us so you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV. Don't want to miss any of our Post Preps TV broadcasts? Like us on Facebook and turn on page notifications at facebook.com/postpreps.
9 plays, 80 yards, ends in a 5-yard touchdown run by Alex Smith, set up by that 44-yard run by Phelan, and the Warriors put the first points up on the board here against Heritage. It's 7-0. D, you mentioned 1:29 left to go here, and Heritage has shown certainly that they can throw the ball around a little bit. Joseph Wiegand got an arm.
One advantage for Heritage as well is that they've already run up tempo so far in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised here to even see him kick it up another notch here on this last drive before the half.
Rapue to kick this one off. It's going to be a short bounding kick, scooped at about the 24-yard line. Crashing his way forward there. Whoa, and he finished there, and no flags coming out. Yeah, the chippiness is starting to pick up a little bit. Zoich with a nice return there on the scoop.
I think everybody was laying low when it was still 0-0, but now that we've got somebody in the lead, I think the rhetoric has changed a little bit, and we're going full rivalry now. The milk jug is at stake, ladies and gentlemen, and they're showing it on the field right now.
Well, 60 yards to go here to try to tie things up as we start to tick down toward halftime. Don't forget, get your comments in if you're watching here live on Facebook. Kyle Newman's going to join us at halftime. If you got some prep questions, even questions about the Warriors or the Eagles. He's watching this first half here. Wiegand just over the middle, and a quick tackle of about a 4-yard gain there. First time that Galvin has made the catch out there, but again, the clock's running.
Here's that tempo, though. We're seeing them move a little bit. They've got plenty of time. They've got a timeout or two there, I believe. So this is what you want if you're Heritage.
You've got 2 timeouts left. You are right, D. Right on the money. Wiegand in trouble. Trying to slip up the middle. Tripped up. Oh, he's going to keep his speed across the 50. Wisely getting out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
That's that athleticism that we talked about. Wiegand not only has an arm, but the kid can move if you get him out in space. And great balance there in order to keep his balance and not go down. And then not only that, keeping his head to get out of bounds and conserve some clock. Great play by Wiegand there.
Picked up 9 yards, enough for that first down. And so 1st and 10 for the 44 of the Warriors. Quick throw out. Zoich has got it, headed to the sideline. He'll step out near the 40-yard line. And again, very efficient and stopping the clock.
And now that's 2 plays now, and I can see the defensive coordinator for Arapahoe already kind of yelling at his guys on the field. They want to make sure that they protect those boundaries and keep everything inside the bounds, so that way that clock will continue to run. Right now, it's easy for Heritage.
See if Arapahoe got to dial anything up. Oh, he was so close. It will be a penalty. And again, once you break the neutral zone, and this is starting to make its way up toward the NFL here, they just blow the whistle, throw the flag.
And I think that's a good thing because it gives the quarterback a little bit of coverage, because if they don't blow that whistle quick enough, somebody's going to get laid out. So it's for the protection of the players that they blow that call dead, and great call there by the referees.
All right, 2nd and 1 now. Wiegand's got it, setting up the middle screen. Man's got it. That's Zoich trying to get to the outside there. He'll be tackled inbounds at the 31-yard line. Boy, that was a nice comeback. Was that?
That was Ruse.
Oh, Ruse coming up there and making the play.
Max Ruse with a great tackle there, able to get his hands around the ankles, which is what you want to do. You want to start up top, slide down, and wrap those legs. Long time ago, Corey, they told me a secret when it comes to defense.
What's that?
Guy can't run without his legs. So as long as you get those legs, he's going to go down to the ground. Great tackle there by Ruse.
You are speaking the truth. Absolutely speaking the truth. Hey, by the way, Labor Day sale continuing. Make your hard-earned money go farther at American Furniture Warehouse this Labor Day. The event, biggest event of the year. Come join us, see the largest in-stock selection at the lowest prices. Find out more, afw.com, or just stop by American Furniture Warehouse.
I want to see if I can talk Kyle Newman into going halves with me on a coffee table. Since this sale's still going, we got 2 days, right? I mean, we could probably get in there and get something going.
Visitation rights, you know, who's got it?
Absolutely.
You get it on the weekends. He's got.
Fair enough. Look, let's split it. I'm down with that. Anything that we can get from American Furniture Warehouse is going to be quality, so I'm fine with that.
The amount of money you're saving, though. Oh, each of you might be able to get a coffee
table. We'll throw a barbecue together, a joint barbecue on the couch or a coffee table.
41 seconds to go here. It is 1st and 10 coming out of the timeout. Each team's got a timeout here. On the run, Wiegand pumps. Now he's just going to try to get out of bounds and gain what he can up to near the 21-yard line.
Number 4,
he is sneaky fast.
He's becoming the guy that could be the X factor in this game now. Able to continue drives, able to control the tempo offensively. As long as he's getting out of bounds, they don't have to run hurry up, but they have the ability to do so. They want to get a score here in the next 35 seconds.
Got enough. Got 9, so very close to that first down. So anything that's ahead, you in high school ball, college ball, you can throw it over the middle. The clock will stop. They have to reset the chains here. So the whole field is open with 35 seconds left. Wiegand's got it. Going to go for the end zone instead. It's over the top of everybody. Looking for Jimenez, but that was on a frozen rope.
He had him. He had him again. And again, these are those nerves. We're seeing great plays, and then we're seeing where kids maybe get a little bit too excited and aren't able to settle in and complete those passes. But it's been that way on both sides of the ball. Again, rivalry games, a lot of emotion, and you forget some of the little things when it's a rivalry situation.
3rd and 1 here. Wiegand going to keep it himself here. Got a big hole for the moment. Crashed down to about the 13-yard line. And again, the clock will stop as they reset the chains.
It'll be interesting to see if they spike here or try and run a play.
Got down to about the 13. They will spike it and stop the clock with 24 seconds left. They still have a timeout left. The ball sitting right about the 13-yard line. Boy, you want to answer certainly with a touchdown. Wiegand done a nice job running things so far. This will be the 8th play of the drive. They started at their own 40-yard line. Heritage trying to answer Arapahoe here. Now they're changing things up. Defense going to stay with 4 up front. Long count by Wiegand. Looking, hit as he throws, and he had Zoich in the middle of the field.
Man, had him there, as you see on replay. Just couldn't quite get the ball off in time. Great pressure from number 56 for Arapahoe. That is Riley Shell getting in there and putting some pressure on Wiegand in order to slow that play down just enough and not allow him to absolutely save the touchdown.
As Wiegand saw it. Here we go. 3rd and 10, 21 seconds left. Take another shot at the end zone here. 3rd down. You know you're going to run at least 2 plays here. Sweep to the right side, little option pass. Steps out of one tackle, jump, catch at the 2. No, they blew it dead.
Wow, they're saying he stepped out of bounds there. We'll have to take a look at the replay.
All right, here we go. Nifty footwork. Oh, he did. Right there about the 16-yard line.
Just stepped out of bounds right before he tosses it. But still an opportunity for Heritage to put some points on the board and still having a one-score game, but just a little bit closer if Heritage is able to convert here.
Well, it's 4th and 13. They're going to take the points. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Elise Chafin, soccer style, splits it. Well done. 34-yard field goal by Elise Chafin. Cuts the lead down to 4. Just 8 seconds left. So we'll keep it here. That's a big answer, though.
Absolutely. The one thing that you notice here, Cory, is that if you look at the first few drives, a lot of chaos all over the place, didn't quite settle in. But if you look at Arapahoe's last drive and you look at Heritage's last drive, both sustained, both have been continued, both had great plays, great players making plays. So we're starting to see these teams settle down. This is kind of what we talked about, and I expect some big fireworks when we come back from halftime.
10 plays and then the 34-yard field goal there. So 7-3. Let's remind you, American Furniture Warehouse has a huge variety of leather, sofas, fit any space, and spacious, luxurious homes to studio apartments, and as always, quality pieces, the best prices to stay on budget. The Labor Day sale continues through this weekend at AFW. 8 seconds left. Don't allow a return.
No, you can't.
Strange things have happened.
And you don't want to give them field position to the point where they could take a shot at the end zone here right at the end of the half, too.
This is a squib kick here, right?
Absolutely. Want to get it on the ground.
Chafin's the one that's going to do this. Yep, roll it along the ground. They'll try to let it through to the man on the back, and he does get to it here as he tries to pick his way through. Oh, that's trouble for a moment to about the 36-yard line. Whoa. I'll tell you what, Alex Smith has got the ball in his hands, and he started picking his way through.
That kid decides to make a play, he's going to make it.
We've hit intermission here, and an exciting one at the very end. 4th time's a charm for both teams. They're able to crack the goose eggs up on the board. Highlights coming for you here when we come back, or you want to do it now, Alex? I'm asking the Heritage grad.
Proudly wearing his shirt, by the way. I had to let everybody in the audience hear that.
It's the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week, presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com, and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Watch new episodes of Post Preps TV with Kyle Newman every week at denverpost.com/preps.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First, Dylan paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
I mean, that was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Watch new episodes of Post Preps TV with Kyle Newman every week at denverpost.com/preps.
Good game so far here at halftime. Got Kyle Newman of Post Preps with me. He spent a little time at one of these schools. I won't tell you why or who, but let's take a look.
Kyle Newman alongside Mike Campbell and Alex Smith, senior linebacker and running back here at Arapahoe High School today for our game day show. Got a great environment, got all the cheers, got the band out here. I expect this environment tonight at LPS. Coach, one final thing on this game before we move forward. How do you, kind of contain those nerves when you come out of the tunnel, out of the locker room, and just come out playing Arapahoe football, physical, flying around, that sort of thing?
Well, I think I'm not worried about containing them. I think we're looking forward to that environment. With the new scheduling and the way we've gone about things the last 2 years, to get to play in a game of this magnitude and have that kind of crowd has become kind of it's not the norm anymore. Just because, we played last week on a Saturday. I think last year we played 4 Thursday games. You don't get the kind of crowds and get the kind of environment that we're going to see tonight. And so I'm not going to try to contain anybody. We're going to go out there and we're going to love every minute of it, take it all in as coaches, players, and student body, and just embrace what it is, Friday Night Lights.
Having a talk there with the head coach of Arapahoe before the Milk Jug game. We talked about it a little bit last week. What have you seen so far, Kyle, in this first half?
Well, I expected this game to be close, obviously, and I picked the Warriors by 7 points in our game day show that you just saw there. And so far, it's lived up to its billing. Defensive slugfest. I mean, these are two offenses that kind of struggled last week. Coach Campbell talked a little bit about on the show about how his offense needed to execute more, catching more balls, that sort of thing. Heritage putting up just 3 last week. But, I mean, you saw it in the opening play here for Heritage, opening possession, a long bomb to Josh Martin. He's a guy, I think, if Heritage is going to win this game, they got to get him more involved somehow. Also, Tyler Zesh is key as well, too.
Absolutely. And we've seen a little bit of back and forth early on, but it looks like the last 2 drives, Arapahoe's last drive and Heritage last drive, it looks like they calmed down a little bit. Both of them had sustained drives for points. Do you expect more of that in the second half, or do you think it'll be a little topsy-turvy to start the second half like it did the first half?
I feel like the jitters are out now, and each team kind of feels like, hey, they're in the game, but also like they kind of squandered some opportunities. Because each team could be in the lead right now. Arapahoe with a couple timely interceptions down in the end zone and at the goal line to stymie some Heritage points. So honestly, I'm going to expect these offenses to come out firing, and Kevin Lukasewicz, especially for Arapahoe, see if he can kind of get some things going. 6'5" quarterback, no offers yet, but I think he's a guy, if he puts together some good tape here this season, he could get some, D2 looks, maybe even low D1.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Kyle. You predicted an Arapahoe win earlier. They have the lead at halftime. Do you think they maintain and hold it off and continue with the win, or can Heritage maybe get back in there and steal this one?
I think they're gonna hold it off. But Heritage is pumped up. You hear the Arapahoe tribe chanting "Little Sister" to Heritage, and that's kind of always been the feud between these schools. It seems like Arapahoe thinks they're better than Heritage. Well, they have been, I think, 7 or 6 out of the last 7 years that they've played. So we'll see if they can tonight. I think they will, but it will be a tightly contested game coming down to the wire.
So Kyle Newman of Post Preps joining us at halftime here. Said it's going to be a close game going into that second half, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Kyle, let everybody know real quick where they can reach out to you.
Hey, at Kyle Newman DP, and of course at Post Preps on Twitter to follow Denver Post Prep Sports.
Kyle, awesome to have you as always. We are going to take another quick break here as we're coming up on the second half of Arapahoe and Heritage here on Post Preps TV.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First, Dylan paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
I mean, that was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at the new AFW.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
Take a look at our first half highlights here. This is a pretty good one. Whelan stepping his way through, missing a big wood chopper there, and gets to the 50-yard line, but a pickoff, and it went back to Arapahoe. Look at Phelan. There's the sweet feet Phelan right there.
Sweet feet Phelan. There he is.
This is the other big one right here. Phelan. 44 yards, and he hit the hole quickly. Not a lot of dancing going on there. He gets caught from behind, and it sets up the lone touchdown of the game from 5 yards out. There is Alex Smith. A couple of guys that potentially could be our AFW players of the game, but again, nice bounce back by Heritage as Elise Chafin field goal to end that first half from 34 yards out, and here we sit at 7-3.
And even though most people would want a touchdown, as a coach in this type of situation in a tight game, you always want to make sure that you just get points on the board. So it was very important for Heritage to get that field goal there at the end of the half, just to get some momentum and prove to these kids that we can score and we will score as long as we execute the way that we need to.
Getting ready to go here in the second half. Got some scores from around the state going on, and in Class 4A. Heritage fans interested. Denver South trying to bounce back after their loss last week, up 21-10, headed toward halftime over Mesa Ridge right now. Pine Creek at the half, 10-0 over Windsor. Monarch with a 7-0 lead at home over Rampart. That one is at halftime. And Fruita Monument up on Grand Junction, 14-7. That is also at the half here. So 5A scores, and Creek trying to bounce back after being upset by Regis. They're up 21-13 at the half over Doherty. That's being played at Stutler Bowl. Rocky Mountain up on Fossil Ridge, 17-0. Little rivalry up there at Fort Collins. That's a halftime score. And some finals from yesterday. Halftime, Grandview up on Legacy, 21-0. We'll see Grandview coming up next week.
Wow, that's a big one.
Post Preps game of the week.
Absolutely.
So, Heritage ready to kick it away here. And a nice spot kick right to the corner, right about the 3-yard line there. The coverage not great though, and Alex Smith is finding some room as he is spun down at the 30-yard line. That's not a bad return when they kick you to the corner.
Well, he's Mr. Do-It-Everything between he and Phelan so far for Arapahoe. They've been all over the field. Smith offensively, defensively, and special teams, and Phelan really being the spark for this team towards the end of the first half there. I expect a heavy dose of the run game between Smith and Phelan going forward. While Arapahoe has this lead, as long as they can maintain drives running the football, that's what I expect to see.
Got to imagine they'll stay on the ground a lot. They look pretty good, didn't
absolutely.
they? That first half. Phelan right up to it, about the 34-yard line. He's kind of finished off there by Brule.
Second down, Arapahoe.
That's the hold him up, hold him up, hold him up.
Absolutely. Help, please. Hang on for dear life and wait for the cavalry to get there. But I am still seeing some chippiness that break at halftime didn't really calm everybody down. I'm seeing some chippiness and some nasty, again, from a kid that I talked about earlier, but Blake Corrett, number 77, he has really been getting after it. If you're looking for somebody that's moving some people, check out number 77.
Here we go, back to pass. Lucas Savage, and he connects this time. Good pass out to the 43-yard line, hits his tight end, Jack Roth.
To me, that's the best pass he's had all game long. Great arm strength, great touch on the ball, having some air under it, allowing his receiver to run right underneath it. And that's a tough pass to get it right over the defender before he hits the sideline. So maybe some change of momentum here as far as how this quarterback's settling in. Lucas Savage, great pass there on the last play.
9 yards, first down and 10 here, and this time back to the ground. Phelan trying to snake his way through. He might have got a yard out of it, but that was about it. Brule was there again.
Creme brulee is what he's putting on these guys in the backfield.
I'm using the French version because there's a double T at the end, but it feels like it's a brulee instead of a brulette.
Corey, it sounds good to me. We're going to roll with that. Brulee. Creme brulee back there making some plays for Heritage.
That's 2 big plays for him. 2nd and 9 coming up here for Arapahoe. The Brook Ridge
Trophy
Dairy was here many years ago, and all of this got cranked up, and it's turned into quite a rivalry.
Absolutely.
Nice little route out here to the near side. Phelan with the catch. He'll take it up to about the 44-yard line there. Shoestring tackle by Saul Schneider, I believe.
Great tackle there, and we do have some laundry. Let's see if somebody was maybe making a way for Phelan down the line, down the field.
Nice look by Lucas Savage to find him, and that's Rodriguez, actually, Andrew Rodriguez on the tackle. Not 33, 31.
15 yards from the previous spot.
Whew. Watts all the way back here. You could see the replay there, but there came the flag right at the very end of that. So 15 yards, and they back them all the way up to the 29-yard line.
Well, and you alluded to this rivalry, and it was due to the fact that this Brook Ridge Dairy, right here on this very ground, between 1925 and 1948, helped grow the city of Littleton to what it is today. So this is something that's been going on between these two teams since 1972, but they decided to bring the trophy into it, the Brook Ridge Trophy, or the Milk Jug as they affectionately call it, in 1996. So this has been something that's going on for a very long time, and it looks like it will continue.
Yeah. Arapahoe currently holds the Milk Jug right now. They won last year's contest 17-3. Back to Phelan on the ground as he'll take it to about the 36-yard line. And a little slow to get up is A.J. Meehan.
Well, and that could be big for Heritage. He's been one of their best defenders all game long. And you see him laboring a little bit there. It looks like he's pointing to that left shoulder. So we're going to have to keep an eye on 88 to see what he comes up with defensively.
Heritage is really pounding the ball now. 3rd and 18 to go here. Lucas Savage is all by himself back there. Looks, pumps once, got Groth open. Did he get too much air? It is incomplete. Good lead by the top that time. Mitchell Allen got there the same time the ball did.
Great play there by Mitchell Allen, playing the ball at the highest point. This is what you teach your defensive backs. They bit on the little short screen there on the outside, but the safety stayed home. He comes up, makes a great play, Allen does, and forces the punt. And now something we didn't see earlier in the game, but 2 returners for Heritage.
The punt is away by Smith, so it's calling for the fair catch. Whoa, went right through the hands, scooped up on the muff. They're going to blow it dead. It should be Heritage.
Wow, it'll be interesting to see. They are calling it Heritage football, or Arapahoe football.
Cannot take a muff back.
Wow.
Wonderful job of the Warriors punt coverage, and Max Roos.
Called that name times tonight, didn't we?
How about that? In stride, too.
And a great defensive play there by Roos. Plays the ball, waits for the returner to put his hand on it, notices that it is touch, and takes a perfect bounce right in front of him to the point where he didn't even have to break stride to get the ball. But again, as Corey, as you alluded to, you cannot advance a muff punt So it will go back to when it was first touched for Arapahoe.
Third turnover of the game for Heritage here. And the Warriors knocking on the door in the red zone. Back to Phelan it goes, dancing his way through the defense into the end zone. Touchdown Arapahoe.
Now, what I'm told here is that it may be Phelan, which could screw up my nickname.
Oh no.
This could screw up my nickname, but Sweet Feet Phelan on the touchdown there. A great run. In and out. Great juke move, sweet feet. This is what you expect from this kid. That's what he's shown us all game long. So this is a great run, breaking it open for Arapahoe here now. A 2-possession game. So we will see how Heritage responds. This is a huge play for Arapahoe.
Up and good. Whatever you call him, that's a nice 20-yard touchdown. Sweet Feet it is.
The last name is important, but we would call him Sweet Feet for the rest of the night.
14-3, 8:39 to go in the third period, and the Warriors taking control here in the third. This is the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week presented by AFW.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Have you checked the latest Colorado Preps Power Rankings? They're released weekly at denverpost.com/preps. Again, that's denverpost.com/preps.
Kickoff here by Arapahoe, and Heritage will take it right at the 1-yard line, looking for some room here, and Zoich will take it up to about the 18-yard line, and Heritage will go from there.
I don't want to say desperation time for Heritage, but the way this has been going defensively, they have to get back to what they were doing before the end of the half. Even if that means going to a 2-minute style offense, keeping the up-tempo, keeping Arapahoe on their haunches, and try and build some momentum here. They cannot afford to let this drive stall right here. This may be the biggest drive of the entire game.
Can't answer with a field goal either. That
Absolutely.
didn't help you much, does it? Now, it does make it a 1-possession game, but at the same time. Rolling to his right. Wigan pushed out of bounds. Going to lose a couple of yards here. Boy, he gave his receivers all day to try to get open. Couldn't find one.
And that's definitely a coverage thing. That was Arapahoe's secondary, really showing their prowess defensively, covering up the holes in the zones, and really playing some good defense on the back end there, not leaving Wigan any area to throw the ball, and smartly being a older player here, getting out of bounds and conserving this drive.
All right, second down. They gave him up to about the 19-yard line, so second and 11 we'll call it. Wigan will look over here to the side. Wigan, by the way, the correct pronunciation. We get the comments on Facebook. That helps out pretty well. Oh, the ball's on the ground, and the Warriors get a 4th turnover forced from Heritage.
There's one battle that in almost every single football game becomes true, and the battle you have to win is the turnover battle. And right now, Heritage is not doing themselves any favors with the few turnovers that they've had here, and now Arapahoe with an opportunity to really put, not necessarily the dagger into Heritage, but really make this an uphill climb for that Heritage offense that struggled. It's minus the one drive there at the end of the first half.
Whoa, the Arapahoe kids going nuts now. Devin Harriet with the recovery, and now even closer than when they had the ball the last time. They started at the Heritage 20-yard line. They're now at the 17.
Heritage wants to stay in this game. They have got to get a stop here.
We're still in the third period here, but boy, it feels like they could really step on the gas. Lucas Savage, little play action roll. He's in trouble. Now he's going to tuck it, keep it himself, and away he goes inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line.
Great play there. We talked about the athleticism of both quarterbacks. Now, we haven't really seen it from Lucas Savage so far in this game until now, but you see how fleet of foot he is for a big kid. 6'5", I believe, is what they listed him at. So You got a big kid, long strides, can move as well. So not to be shown up at all by Weiging of Heritage. Lucas Savage showing that he can move around a little bit as well.
Josh Martin came back and made that tackle from his quarterback spot. Phelan up to the 1-yard line. A flag comes out. This one may be coming back here. We could still call him Sweet Feet, but we understand it's Matt Phelan instead of Phelan.
Matt Phelan making a great read there, trying to bounce it outside, but it looks like he may have got outside because of a little bit of holding. And you see it there inside, number 77. That is Blake Corrett, who I've given a lot of love to tonight. Just couldn't quite get in front of him.
We'll walk it back to about the 20-yard line here, so about an 11-yard penalty. Second down, we'll call it 12 here. They can get a first down if they get down to the 7-yard line. For the Warriors, though, you just kind of chip away, take your time here. They've been gaining in chunks at times. I set behind Lucas Savage. He's going to keep it himself, hit as he throws, nearly picked off. Dangerous, dangerous pass.
Jake Groff wide open in the end zone. Lucas Savage just did not have enough time to get it there. If he's able to see it and set his feet, easy touchdown for Arapahoe there. But great closing speed by the Heritage defense to force a decision by Lucas Savage and not be able to find that wide open receiver.
Luke Lefebvre is wishing he wouldn't have cut his fingernails here because he was almost underneath that ball.
Right there.
So close. 4 turnovers by Heritage, though, here tonight. They got to tip the tables back the other way and stop this drive. 3rd and 12. Lucas Savage, delayed drive, is going to keep it himself. Good blocking up front. Falls to near the 11-yard line and then gets rudely driven backwards, but it'll set up a 4th down.
This is going to be an interesting decision here by Arapahoe. You've got the momentum, you've got the advantage. Do you just take the points here, or do you take a shot at it? And it looks like they're going to opt for kicking a field goal here and extending the lead.
As we mentioned, for Heritage, if they would kick another field goal, it'd be a 1-possession game, so I guess you want to get the points.
Correct, absolutely.
This will be a 28-yard attempt. Rapo missed it.
Hooked it to the left there. This kicking game has been up and down. One thing we know for sure about this kid is he's got a leg.
Oh, yeah.
But that's twice now that he's really nailed the ball, but just a little bit to the left. So maybe a little correction there from the special teams coach on trying to twist him a little bit to try and get it down the middle there, because he's definitely got the leg, but the accuracy has been leaning a little to the left so far.
So Heritage dodges a bullet, and the offense is rolling back out. See what Weigand can put together here for the Eagles.
Only 11-point game here, a lot of time left.
Yeah, you dodged a howitzer there. Quick dink and dunk there as he will find Temple, the tight end, and just go for the, you know what? Their short passing game looked pretty good in that first half. Penalties is what really slowed them down.
Penalties and turnovers really killed Heritage there in the first half. But if they've shown that they can maintain a drive, this is when they need one.
Give it off to their back. Rich has got some carries. Josh Martin's got some carries. Not a lot there, though, as you see right in the middle of it, Knobloch, one of the guys we've been calling most of the night here, and Stenland as well for Arapahoe.
These Arapahoe defenders have been all over the place tonight, as well as Heritage defenders, but this front seven for Arapahoe has really not given anything. A little bend and break early, but now really showing some stoutness here.
Weigand going to keep it himself, breaks the tackle, he's off to the races. One man to beat him if he could catch him, and he's not going to catch him. 72 yards. It's a Heritage touchdown and a new ball game.
Great athleticism. This is what we talked about in the open. You've got a kid that's got the ability, once he gets out into the open, you're not going to catch him, folks, and you'll see that when we show the replay here. Once he's out in the open, pretty much a done deal there. Just one player left, and he's almost coasting there that last 10 to 15 yards, but great vision there. Once he sees the hole, he explodes through it, finishes all the way through the end zone. Great play there by Mr. Weigand.
Least Chapin The extra point up and good. 14-10.
And just like that, we're back in this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we talked about Heritage and how they would respond. You said they dodged a howitzer, if you will. Now, turning that quickly around into a score. So the fact that you didn't score and the fact that you gave up a score, does that start to creep into the psyche of Arapahoe here? Can they respond? And will they lean on guys like Alex Smith and some of their leaders, their captains, that have propelled them so far in this game? But now a 14-10 game with an eternity of time left.
Oh boy, the red, white, and blue to our left here, getting loud after the 72-yard run there by Joseph Wygant. AFW.com, check it out. The Labor Day sale continues at American Furniture Warehouse. Huge variety of sectionals to fit any space, from spacious, luxurious homes to studio apartments. As always, you'll find quality pieces at the best prices to stay on budget at American Furniture Warehouse. Presenting our post-preps game of the week. Well, we've had some good ones going back-to-back here. Chafin to do the honors off the kicking tee. So here we go. Another kick to the corner. It's Smith this time, trying to run his way through on the right side. Breaks through that first wall, and the tackle's going to be made at about the 47-yard line.
We just got done talking about the leaders and the captains of this Arapahoe team. They were not going to allow this team to give up now when they had the momentum. Now they may have the momentum right back, and they're already into Heritage territory. And I just want to remind people, if you get a chance, make sure you're checking the game out there on Facebook Live. Right now, live streaming through Post Preps TV. Make sure that you guys are checking it out. And if you want to throw a comment in there, if you got a question, we may be able to get to those before the end of the game too. But make sure you're checking us out, Post Preps TV on Facebook Live.
By the way, there was Cristiano Palazzo who made the tackle there. And the Heritage fans certainly enjoyed that. Phelan is caught at the 45 and pushed back. Only got a yard that time, trying to go into the middle of the defense of Heritage.
Absolutely, great play there. But the defense has really started to feel that momentum. But it's been such a back and forth game. Usually you can tell which team is kind of leading things, and it's been so topsy-turvy game. There hasn't been one player or one team that has really taken control of things. But stout at the line of scrimmage, Arapahoe wants to make sure they get back into the end zone.
Third straight time Arapahoe has started in Heritage territory here. To 2nd and 8, and Phelan dancing his way forward for a first down and more. He takes it up to near the 30-yard line.
Mr. Phelan, Sweet Feet, showing exactly why he got that nickname so early in the game. And a smaller guy, you can see it on the screen right now, one of the smaller players out there, but you see that big, enormous C on the middle of his chest? That is because he's a captain, and these are kids that are going to look up to this kid and expect him to lead when times get tough, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Even though you've got the lead, momentum switches to Heritage, and Phelan is giving it right back to Arapahoe right now.
14 yards on the run there. Awad on the tackle. Phelan is back there, and he gets a nice block up front, got some room. Is he headed toward the 20-yard line? Makes his way to the 10, leaning forward, keeps his feet down to the 3-yard line. Saving tackle by Josh Martin.
What can you say about this kid so far in this game? He's been the game breaker. He's been the X factor between he and Smith, the two captains. Phelan, though, being the big play guy and proving that Heritage has to be careful the way that they play defensively, because if they make one wrong move, he could be gone.
Back it goes. Phelan's got it. Following the blockers. Touchdown, Arapahoe. Runs a 14-27 3-yard run to finish it off for the Warriors.
Wow, great blocking is what seems to always be forgotten when you see great running backs. When you see running backs making plays, it's easy for nasties up front. And as you watch the replay, great pulling from the backside there, big number 77. Corrette, as I alluded to earlier, clearing the way and allowing for Phelan to sneak into the end zone again.
Thomas Rames, Grant Cavazos and Adrian Quinn, and we don't want to forget about Preston Schneet up front, but Corrett, that was a huge pull and finish.
That's a big boy, and he loves to get physical.
4:05 to go, third quarter, break here, 21-10. Arapahoe taking charge again in the Milk Jug game on the Post Preps Game of the Week.
Broncos quarterback situation. Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the Denver Post Sports Minute. Stay up to date with the Broncos, Rockies, Nuggets, Avalanche, Rapids, and even college sports. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting Denver Post Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/video or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, whenever you want it, watch the Denver Post Sports Minute 24/7 at denverpost.com.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
Littleton Public Schools, Milk Jug game. Big rivalry at Arapahoe. Nice answer after a big, long 78-yard touchdown by Heritage, and now 21-10. The Warriors with the lead here in a little extracurricular activity. Can I share something with you, Dean?
Absolutely.
Actually, I'd like you to tell everybody out there to share our live Facebook feed here.
Absolutely. Everybody that's out there on Facebook, make sure that if you are watching the game, make sure you share it so that way your friends, family, and everybody else that wants to be a part of this great action here on Post Preps TV has the opportunity. So I appreciate you allowing me to share with everybody else so they can share, so we can all share this great experience of high school football here on Post Preps TV together.
I'll tell you what, the big smiles here. We got to get a camera here in the inside here. Dee and I just going back and forth on this. Share. How many times can we say share? Good stuff. AFW, our presenting sponsor here, and don't forget our player of the. We're starting to get a lot of candidates out there now. Phelan's there. Weigland with a 78-yard run. We'll choose a player of the game coming up at the end of the contest, presented by American Furniture Warehouse. Heritage going back to the ground.
Absolutely, and I think they want to let the rest of the team know, look, it's not time to panic. This is not when you start taking shots down the field. You're still in this game. You're down 2 scores. You just have to be smart with the football, continue to drive, and avoid those turnovers that have killed them so far this game.
Run at 2, 2nd and 8. Weigland going to look back here to the sideline. Audible maybe, we'll see. Heritage putting 5 guys up in the box. Or I should say 5 guys on the line. Round and round we go. You try to steal those signals too. There's a lot of them going on down there. Zoich going to run up the middle and take it up to about the 41-yard line here, so shorter yardage, bring it up 3rd down.
Absolutely, and in high school and college level and NFL, the rule is you want to make sure that you have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and Heritage right tackle and tight end are running a little close on that, so make sure you keep an eye on that.
All right, 3rd down and a short 4 here. Weigland's going to look to the side again. Under 2:50 to go. We're in the 3rd period. Still a lot of time left. Weigland, little play action, looking to go up top. The right side, Martin is there, catches, makes a man miss, caught from behind at the 26-yard line. Josh got loose out there. Max Roos saved the touchdown.
And that's why you stay true to yourself. You stay true to your game plan. You do what you do best. You suck them in with the run. And as soon as that defense started to play up, Weigand and Josh Martin hitting them over the top for a big gain for Heritage.
34 yards through the air. Here comes Heritage trying to answer back. Weigand's got trips down at the bottom. Setting it up. Zoich will move. And the throw coming here to Zoich. They set it up, got some blockers out front to the 20-yard line. Lowers the head, and down he goes to about the 13-yard line.
Boy, but fooled me for a different reason. When he kind of creeps out into the backfield there pretty slowly, I thought it was going to be a double pass. And that's what it kind of looked like there early on, but instead he turns it upfield and runs with reckless abandon, Zoich does. A little bit of a bowling ball action, is not afraid of contact whatsoever, and make sure that if he's going to be with the ball in his hands, ball in hand, Arapahoe is going to take some punishment.
12-yard pickup. Timeout here. We'll take it. 2:09 to go. Third period. Arapahoe with the lead, but Heritage is driving on the Post Preps Game of the Week.
With the largest showrooms and best selection, today's American Furniture Warehouse has something for everyone. We carry hundreds of accent chairs, stools, and recliners at prices that you've come to expect from American. If you haven't been to one of our 14 locations in Colorado or Arizona, come in and take a look. Or shop online at afw.com and we'll white glove deliver into your home and set it up for you. American Furniture Warehouse, the lowest prices anywhere, anytime.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
2:09 to go. Heritage with the football here at a 1st and 10 in the red zone. Cory Lopez here, D. White alongside. A little fake. Josh Martin will get the direct snap. Lean to the 10. Going to get pushed back there and thrown back rudely as David Shumper got a hold of him and threw him back.
I'm very, very, very impressed with this Heritage offensive coordinator and offensive staff. No panic. You're down 11 points, and you're still doing direct snaps to the running back. I like the fact that they're not afraid to kind of switch things up and get away from the traditional. Now, like I said, you want to stay with your game plan, but that's something that's definitely been within their game plan the entire game.
2nd and 7 here. Zoycher get reset to the right hip. There, Weigland, and Weigland going to follow Zoycher. Got tripped up, going to fall forward to the 10, just back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't see who got him on the shoestrings. We'll see it on the replay here. That was nice before that play came up.
It looked like it was number 44, Devin Harriet, with just getting the tip of the last cleat on the the last spike on the cleat there in order to trip him up. If not, had a lot of room out in front of him with Zoycher as the lead blocker, maybe 5 or 6 more yards.
Shot the gap. He recovered the fumble in that first half there, and no place to go. And the Warrior defense is now stepping up big time. Schnell, one of the guys in there. There's big 56.
Now that guy is built like a Volkswagen. If you look at him right now, if you put a VW and a circle around it on his chest, you'd mistake him for a car. Great play, and he's been making plays all night long. He's been the most stout guy in the middle of that defensive line for Arapahoe, and a big stop here for the Arapahoe defense.
I believe it's Chapin that's going to kick this one. Could be Palazzo. Yeah, is that a 15 or an 18? The kick is up, and it's good. How about that?
Makes this a 1-possession game again now. Only 8 points, so a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And this is a tie game going forward. And it seems like the Arapahoe kickers got the leg, but you've definitely seen some accuracy now with the 2 field goals from the Heritage kicker as well. So great plays, a sustained drive. More points again. This is that momentum going back to Heritage. Now, Arapahoe has to respond here, but you love what you've seen for the offensive Heritage. Did not panic, stayed consistent, drove the ball down. You'd like to see him obviously finish in the end zone, but a great play in order to get him in range there, a couple of plays. And now how big is that tackle by Devin Harriet, which could have allowed them a first down there for Heritage, but a big stop by Arapahoe, led by that tackle by Devin Harriet.
Cristiano Palazzo with the field goal from 33 yards out. American Furniture Warehouse, the Labor Day sale continues through this weekend. Make your hard-earned money go farther with AFW this Labor Day and through the Labor Day event. Biggest event of the year. Come join us and see the largest in-stock selection at the lowest prices. It's American Furniture Warehouse. Palazzo, sure, crosses himself and gets lined up.
Hey, he may be in the running for the AFW player of the game so far. I mean, he's got 2 field goals, good foot. Let's see what he does here.
Watch where he's been sticking it here on the kickoffs, too. The perfect placement each and every time, sticking Martin, or that is a Smith there in the corner a little bit, although he did get going early, and again, takes this one up to the 30-yard line. That's not a bad return at all. Mike Temple on the tackle.
Temple with a good tackle there, not allowing Smith to get as many yards as he did on the great kick from the previous kickoff. But a great kick again for Palazzo. That's 2 in a row now. It is so hard to directional kick. If anybody has never tried it, this is what I want you to do. Find yourself a T or a small kid that's willing to hold the ball for you like a Charlie Brown and go out in front and just try and kick the ball straight. It's a lot harder than you think. Now, once you get it straight, kick it to a corner. It's tougher than you think.
Yeah, absolutely. Phelan's got the football as he picks his way through to about the 33-yard line.
Number 22, Matt Phelan on the carry.
So Phelan there. Lucas Williams down underneath, slowing him down a little bit. That's the end of the third quarter. We got a good one. 21-13. The battle for the Milk Jug. Arapahoe with the lead on Heritage. This is the Post Preps Game of the Week presented by AFW.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at thenewafw.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
Littleton Public School Stadium. There's the Arapahoe cheerleaders. Plenty to cheer about here. Warriors got the lead, 21-13 on Heritage. Battle for the Milk Jug, the Brookridge Trophy.
Absolutely. As I look at that trophy, we'll get a shot of it maybe later on in the game. I might want to take a beverage out of that.
That's a good sized one. Oh, Phelan's got some room. Tripped up to the 41-yard line. There's Meehan on the tackle, but the chain's moving for Arapahoe.
Another first down run there, and he looks to be having burst every single time they handle the ball still, even though he's approaching a lot of carries here in this game. Continues to run the ball with force, with quickness, in and out of his breaks. That's exactly what you want to see from your running back in this situation, and a captain in Matt Phelan.
You made mention Alex Smith playing more defense than offense. A lot of it's going over now, D, as you said, to Phelan. And again, he's got the football, leans the shoulders out, tries to duck his way back inside, just got back to the line of scrimmage here, and ducking and diving in there. Caleb Gavin, one of the guys in there. And there's our Milk Jug.
That's where it is, right there. See, and that's why you have the two handles on side. So that way, when you pour everything in there, if you can get the right leverage, you can lean it and maybe get as much into your mouth, probably more on your face and chest. But I want to drink out of that, Cory. I don't know who we have to talk to make that happen, but I want to drink out of that jug.
You're a professional, aren't you? Man, oh man.
Hey, I didn't say what kind of beverage, but something out of it. I have to do it before it's all done.
We'll make it milk here in a PG setting. Falling forward to the 46-yard line, and Phelan tripped up a little bit there. I think getting his hands around him was Lefebvre, at least enough around the ankles.
Yeah, some sure tackling in this game. That's something else that we've been seeing all game today. Couple of missed tackles, but for the most part, everybody's really taking pride in their tackling, taking everybody to the ground. It's been some great tackling tonight. Now, this drive for Arapahoe, big drive here. This is an opportunity for them to try and move the ball down the field and put this thing away possibly, but take as much time off the clock as possible.
Very possible. 3rd and 7. Lucas Savage back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. The big guy's going to run with it, and it takes a big hit on the far side of it. They got to about the 45-yard line there. Boy, he took a licking from Matthew Brule, as I've been calling him.
Creme brulee with a shot there, and actually Lucas Savage, I mean, that could have been bad there. I mean, he kind of went low a little bit.
Safety being the better part of valor, you need to get your butt out of bounds.
Absolutely, and that's kind of what he did there. Now coming up on 4th down, a big stop for Heritage, but they're snapping the ball with too many people on the field for Heritage. This might be a first down and a killer for Heritage.
What a super smart play, if indeed they caught Heritage with too many men on the field.
Sometimes when you have that change of possession, guys start to lull a little bit.
Illegal substitution, defense, 5-yard penalty. The result will be a first down.
Wow, that one hurts. That one definitely hurts if you're the Heritage Eagles right now. They got the stop you wanted. It's a one-possession game. That was your opportunity to take a shot. But if you're the defensive coordinator, the defensive coaches for Heritage, you have to rally your guys again and say, hey, we need to get a stop again. Whatever happened before, that doesn't matter. Right now is all that matters. We've got 10 minutes left in this game. You're down one possession. Do exactly what you did on the previous possession.
Boy, that's a smart play. It's only week 2 in high school football, just game 2 for both of these teams. And for the Arapahoe special teams, the coaches, the captains, the players out there to recognize it, get the quick snap, I'm impressed.
Great returns. We had the fake punt. And now special teams may have been the catalyst for a possible win here for Arapahoe with only 10 minutes left.
49-yard line of Heritage is where they set. Lucas Savage going to go back to Phelan here. He's going to take it inside and roll to almost the 45-yard line. It is a short gain here, and I continue to see Meehan slowly get up off the ground.
He took a shot there in the first half, and ever since then, he's kind of been slow, but he's still in the mix. I mean, this is a kid that's not afraid to put his nose in there, and we've seen him in there all game long. Defensively, could be a candidate for that AFW player of the game.
9:34 to go here in the game. Heritage defense got to step up here and try to get another stop. 2nd and 7. Lucas Savage wants to throw. Hit as he throws. It's short. Oh my goodness, he almost made the catch there at the 30-yard line. That ball hung in the air forever.
Although he takes a shot, that's almost more impressive that he was able to almost get the ball there to his receiver and takes a huge shot here and still gets it pretty close to his receiver. That just shows you the arm strength of Lucas Savage, showing his savage arm that he still has even though he takes a hit.
Boys and girls, that was all arm. That
all
was
arm.
something. He was looking for his tight end.
Do you even lift weights, bro?
Man. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Heritage dialing up something. They're going to find Phelan trying to skip his way through. Grabbed around the ankles, down to the 44-yard line he goes, and LaFave with the tackle.
4th down here. Now, if you're Heritage, get off the field. And you see the coaches yelling at him right now. Get off the field. We cannot allow another 1st down on a silly penalty there.
Quick snap. Smith will get that one away, and a fair catch going to be called for at the 15-yard line there. Wisely called for by Darrington. They tried the quick snap that time, but it did not work out. On the change possession, we remind you, make your hard-earned money go farther at American Furniture Warehouse for the Labor Day sale event. It continues through the weekend. Hundreds of bedroom selections certainly to choose from. Choose beds or full sets at unbelievable prices, whether you're looking for elegance, simple, or contemporary style. You'll find it all at American Furniture Warehouse.
Drive of the game right here. This is it. If Heritage wants a shot at this thing, this is the chance right here. So I'll be interested to see what they do offensively.
Langland hands it off and nowhere to go. Right back to the original line of scrimmage that time. And well, the guy who jumped in and wrecked it, I think, was Jalen Thomas on the edge.
And this is a little bit of that cat and mouse game that we saw a little bit earlier in the 2nd half. Put him to sleep with the run, and then here comes a shot. Maybe not on this play, but definitely on 3rd down.
Here we go, 2nd and long. Caught by Darrington here at the 20, pulled down from behind at the 25-yard line. Roos will make the tackle, but he finds the sophomore in Darrington there. Everett Darrington on the catch.
Darrington on the catch there, showing some great hands. And as you see on the sidelines, you get a glimpse every once in a while, but the coach is using cards, i.e. Oregon, where I actually played my college football. So you start to see that trickle down from college down into the high school level every once in a while.
Langland going to keep it himself, trying to find some room, got about a yard, and we will be kind of finished off there by Roos.
Well, actually, that was kind of let up easy there at the end. He had an opportunity to slam it, but smartly, a kid in Roos that's played well all night long does not give up the silly penalty and a possible personal foul there. Smart play by him this late in the game.
2nd down and 8 for Heritage. Joseph Wagging Looks to the sideline. They're going to keep looking. Nope, he's got it. And he wants to make a quick throw. Darrington's got it here. Stiff arm and steps out at about the 31-yard line.
It looks like he is increasingly getting more and more confidence throwing the football. Early on, it was his legs that kind of was the catalyst for them offensively. But now you can start to see him throwing the ball, timing, comfortable, on the money. So doing a good job here.
Jacob Calkins stopped him after the 5-yard gain. 7:25 to go here in the Milk Jug contest from Littleton Public Schools Stadium. We're trying to get Zoich to the outside. There's just not a lot of room there as he pushes his way to about the 34-yard line. But boy, there's a lot of Arapahoe players in the way. Hershey, one of the players in on it, and there's Harriet as well.
Big 4th down here. Decision time. Does Heritage feel that they have to go for it? And it looks like they do. Folks, this is a huge play in this game right now.
4th and about 1.5 yards here. Can you get him to jump? We'll see. They're going to take it right down to the very end here. Again, no play clocks. You got to watch the back, Judge. They're going to snap. They're going to go. Weigand's going to keep it himself. Falls forward. Let's see where they mark it. Right near the 35. Hershey is jumping up and down. Thinks they got him stopped.
I believe they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think that's a first down. Well, boy, it depends on that spot. Depending on where they spot it. That looks like a first down by the nose. First down by the nose. Huge play. And in short yardage situations earlier in this game, we saw Weigan being the one that would carry the ball and have Zoich as that lead blocker going up into the hole. And again, it pays off.
New set of downs, new life. Driving here. Again, trail it by 8. Got to get it down to the end zone here. You figured this is the drive. 7th play of the drive, and Weigand's going to keep it himself, and they are keyed on him all day long, and there's Max Roos on the tackle.
And I think right now, Arapahoe, I don't want to say they've got Heritage figured out, but they know they have an inkling of where they're going to go on every play. Every single time Heritage runs a play, Arapahoe is somewhere in that vicinity. I would not be surprised here to see some trickeration maybe from Heritage to try and switch things up.
I like it. Maybe try to pop the top off, potentially. Looking, steps up in the pocket, going to stay behind the line of scrimmage now, throws a tough pass. Well, that's a hard one. Looking for Martin coming across the middle that time. The right-handed quarterback is running, sprinting to the left, tried to set his feet, but he was fading away as he threw it.
As we've talked about before, that is one of the hardest things a quarterback can do if you're right-handed, is rolling to the left and throw with accuracy. Nobody's saying you can't throw it. Doesn't mean that it's easy to put it on the money. So again, a tough throw for Weigand there. But again, showing the athleticism, getting outside of the pocket. Maybe next time he keeps that ball and takes off.
Big 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles. And it's going to be more than 3rd and 10 after the flags fly. When Arapahoe players, the down linemen, all point at one guy, you know it's not going to turn out well for the team in red.
Probably not. But this is that time where you want to make sure that your players focus here. Look, you've got 5:45 left in the game. You got a 3rd and long. You know you're probably going to go for it on 4th down. You only need half of this. Try and get it to 4th and 5.
Weigand's all by himself back there. Stops, got time, going up top. Oh, and he threw to the outside. Zoich went to the inside. Just a miscommunication here. Now it's 4th and long.
Now you have to punt. Now at this point, you don't really have a choice. You have to try and punt this ball. And what they tried to do there is every once in a while, offenses will split a running back out wide. And what you want that defensive back to do is relax. They're so used to covering wide receivers. When they see a running back, they're just moving him out here to occupy a space. But what they don't realize is Zoich has some speed, and the throw just a little off there, but definitely had a step on him. Maybe we'll see it again later.
Well, that punt just got away. Short punt. It's actually to work out well, but it hops right to Smith. Uh-oh, look out. Alex Smith is on the loose down the left side. Lowers the boom to about the 48-yard line there. That's a super return, but there is a flag back at the 39-yard line.
Number 3, Alex Smith on the return. There is a flag on the play.
5:41 to go here in the game. A block in the back against Arapahoe. So, well, it makes the field a little longer. You want to take time off the clock, but if you could have set up in Heritage territory, that's where you almost put the foot on the throat.
It's almost a catch-22 because, yes, it would have been nice to be in Heritage side of the field, but this also gives you an extra 20 to 25 yards to work with to try and run some more of that clock. You've got a lead here now at 21-13. The more yardage you have, the more time you can take. And if you're Arapahoe, if you're the offensive staff right now, you're telling this Arapahoe offense, you can win this game right here on this drive. If you can maintain a drive and continue to run that clock and use this 60 yards, 70 yards here to try and run as much clock off the much time off the clock, you can win this game right here on this drive as long as Arapahoe can move the football.
Paging Mr. Phelan here. They'll go play action with Phelan this time. Lucas Savage is hit, and Groff will make the fingertip catch at the 41-yard line. Darrington on the coverage. And again, D, it was all arm.
Great pass right there. Look at the arm strength, but getting hit as he throws it. Perfect spiral, outside shoulder, but the catch by Groff, amazing. Fingertips, outside, had a defender right on his hip and then shows some separation right there at the end of the play and reaches for the ball. That might have been the catch of the game, and that could change the momentum a little bit here. Now what you have to do defensively, though, if you're the defensive staff for Heritage, you cannot let them get down. It's still a one-possession game. Do not give up if you're the Heritage defense.
30-yard pass, Lucas Savage to Jake Groff, the tight end. First down and 10 now in Heritage territory. Long count. And it may be too long.
No, offsides there. Looks like on Heritage. That one's going to hurt.
Just trying to time it.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalties, no first down.
Well, and this is the perfect time of the game now. And you can see the Arapahoe fans starting to feel it a little bit. You see them starting to get into the game. They may smell that victory not too far away from here. But right now, the front runner, I believe, for the AFW player of the game right now, maybe Matt Phelan, and this is who they may rely on the rest of this stretch now. You've brought us this far, kid. Now bring us home.
5:32 to go in the game. He's all by himself back there. He's got the football, picks his way through as he bounces the outside, puts the foot in the ground, and up to the 26-yard line he goes.
You know, Cory, sometimes when you watch players, you realize there's something different about it. It just looks so effortless. It's so easy for him. Just the in and out and just kind of gliding, smooth. He's more of a Cadillac than a speedster, but he has the speed once he gets out in the open, as he's shown earlier. But it just looks so effortless. It's so easy for him. And we haven't seen him a lot in other areas like we have Smith. So he's rested. He's ready for this, and he knows he can finish this game off right here.
Got a smooth 8 yards and a first down there. And will set up by himself out there as they go. Two receivers up top. And they're going to go back to Phelan. Phelan, big hole there as he's able to pick his way through and up to the 26-yard line.
This offensive line for Arapahoe is starting to dominate. Early on, there would be one play here, one play there, as we see another Heritage defender there. Looked like he's banged up, and that was me, and that's what we've been talking about since the beginning of the game. He's now coming out. So that could be a big blow for this Heritage defense, who's relied on him in that front seven. But it's got to be a steady dose of Phelan here. I mean, I don't know what else you do if you're Arapahoe. That's what's been working. It's been effective. Why go away from it at this point?
2nd and 4 here, so, and the clock ticking down. Now precious seconds going away. Play action, bootleg, got a man out there. Groff breaks the tackle into the open. Touchdown, Arapahoe.
Groff with a huge play here, but it looked like there was another guy open, but it looks like it all may be for naught, as we also have an injured player for Heritage down.
Oh, I see where the flag's going to come in. A crackback. Boy, that's too bad. We saw it. They're calling it a block in the back, but can we run it again? Let's roll it back here again. You watch the block down here. It's right on the side of the shoulder. So, and again, for the referees, it's a bang-bang play. I wanted to say it didn't look like it on the first replay, second time around. Yeah.
We all have the benefit of the doubt of replay.
And we can watch it over and over and over.
It's easy to do that when you're sitting at home on the couch or wherever you're sitting there watching the game, but that's such a judgment call, and it happens so fast. We see things that happen in the NFL and in college and in high school, and we think, God, how did they miss that? But everything is happening so fast on the field. You've got so many different things going on, but a huge blow for Arapahoe and gives some life back to Heritage.
There we go, 2nd and 6 still. Phelan's gonna get the ball, got a blocker out front now, slips a tackle and falls ahead to about the 17-yard line there. In on the tackle, J.D. Metzner is there.
The pull game from big number 70 and 77, Cavazos and Corrette, they've been the ones that have been pushing the line of Heritage defense and opening the holes for Phelan to kind of squeeze through. And at this point, if you're Arapahoe, I mean, yes, it would be nice to score, but at this point, you're playing the clock.
Yeah.
If you score, that's just icing on the cake at this point. But right now, you want to just maintain this drive, continue to run the football, and try and eat as much of this clock as possible and try and finish it off.
Warriors trying to keep that milk jug looking pretty good right now if they can run the clock out. Alex Smith in the backfield takes the handoff and pushes his way forward as they leaned on Phelan for a long time. They go back to the Thunder and Lightning.
And now it's security with the two captains. Now you can play back and forth because Phelan had been the one that was kind of pushing things for that Arapahoe offense, and you gave Smith that break, but now Smith more of a straight line runner, a punishing runner, a kid that has been known to really hang on to the football and have some great strength in those arms. And right now, you just want to try to wear this down and run this clock.
Under 3 to go here. Lucas Savage taking his time, down to under 10 seconds on the play clock, and back it goes. Alex Smith jumps to the side, gets to down near the 10-yard line that time, and I'll tell you what, LaFade had a shot on him, but he jumped around, and then, well, you see, Brulé is coming out. Got a stinger on that left shoulder, maybe worse than that.
That's what it looked like. So now 2 of your best defenders have been banged up for Heritage, trying to hang on to this lead, or trying to hang on in this game with only a 1-possession lead for Arapahoe.
Timeout here, we'll take it. We're in the 4th, and Arapahoe trying to drive to put this one away. It's the Post Preps Game of the Week presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at the new AFW.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American.
We got coming up for you here on the Post Preps Game of the Week. Next week, Eagle Crest at Grandview.
Should be a tough game. 2 teams that have really shown some flashes over the last 5 or 6 years that they are powers in this state. And we'll take a look at that schedule again here in just a second.
Handoff, and it will be Smith as he spins forward to about the 6-yard line here. And again, milking the clock.
And it's ironic that you would say that because they're milking the clock in the milk jug.
I didn't even
game.
mean to do that.
But hey, but this is exactly what they want to do here.
Yes.
There's no need to press. Just run the clock as we get back into the schedule a little bit.
Eagle Crest in the 3rd, up on Thunder Ridge, 31-7. So it looks like Eagle Crest, the Raptors, going to be 2-0 as they come in against Grandview, who in the 3rd quarter leading Legacy 34-0. 2 undefeated teams for our Post Preps Game of the Week next week, and you can see the rest that are coming up. We're going to see Heritage again. That could be a huge game against Chatfield there in Week 10.
Towards the end of the year there, especially in 4A, which is where they play their games. But, I mean, Valor, Christian, and Pomona after the Eagle Crest Grandview game, Fossil Ridge and Lakewood, Mullen and Columbine.
Oh.
Mullen team that you saw earlier in the year took a loss to Pomona, but we'll see how they bounce back. Chaparral and Rock Canyon. Rock Canyon, one of the teams that beat one of these teams that are currently on the field last week. And then Highlands Ranch, Legend, and of course we talked about that Chatfield Heritage game. But a lot of teams that will be in the mix in the 4A and 5A state playoffs this year.
Valley Christian, by the way, won on the road at Greater Atlanta Christian, 28-22. Handoff up the middle. Oh, he stuck his way through. Alex Smith from 6 yards out. Indeed, do it for the Warriors.
Well, I may not be the only one drinking milk tonight. It may be the Arapahoe Warriors out of the milk jug. Just 2:32 left now, and possibly a 15-point lead coming up here.
They just wore him down, D. We talked about it. Meehan had to come out of the game. Brule had to come out of the game, and they just knocking him down.
When you start taking that punishment time after time after time, and this has been a physical defensive game for the most part, but we thought that they would open it up a little bit in the second half, which they have, but a lot of punishment, a lot of big hits. Just a very physical game, and eventually that's going to take its toll on everybody that's involved, Arapahoe and Heritage. But so far, Arapahoe has been able to maintain and push through to have this 15-point lead now with 2:32 left.
Hard-earned money going to go farther. It's the Labor Day sale at American Furniture Warehouse. And the Labor Day sale continues through the weekend. A large in-stock selection of dining sets to choose from. Upgrade your dining experience with a new stylish dining room group. Carry a large variety to fit any size and space. Whether you're looking for a casual dinette set, formal dining collection, perfect for entertaining, American Furniture Warehouse is your dining headquarters.
Now, you've got a couple candidates for this AFW Player of the Game. The question becomes, how do you choose between Matt Phelan and Alex Smith? Both of them scoring touchdowns, both of them making plays, both of them being the consistent leaders for this team. You also had Joe Weiging on the Heritage side, and there's still time left in this game, folks. It is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, but both Phelan and Smith making the plays for Arapahoe, and not that surprising considering that both of them had that C on their chest.
Yeah, we got a tough decision to make here, that's for sure. Watching some fourth quarter scores here. We'll pass them along to you, but the kickoff coming. Rapoo, they booted away. High end over end. It's going to stay short of the goal line, so Heritage will have to return it, and they've got a good one here. Look out. Up to the 44-yard line. How about that? Josh Martin thought it was going to go into the end zone. Did not, had to return it, and well, if you're forced to return it, you might as well bring it out to the 45.
Absolutely, and we're going to have a shot at this replay here, and you see he's about one or two players away and just can't quite keep his feet here at the very end. Again, the kicker making the stop as he did on the initial play of the game, making the stop here, which may have prevented a second touchdown now on a kickoff.
Nate Rappoe. 2 tackles. That'll be gone over in film study a couple of times. They set up the middle screen here, and they'll find Zoich. Zoich's got a blocker out front here as well as he brings it to the near side and will step out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Folks, we just talked about this game. I do not count this Heritage team out. If they can get a score here, the question will become, do they go onside? Do they go for 2?
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions here, so we'll see if they can get into the end zone. It could create some controversy and some interesting stuff coming up here.
How about 30 yards on a first down play here?
Absolutely.
Big chunks. They'll take that all day. Of course, the clock stops. He stepped out of bounds here. Put a touchdown up on the board, the extra point, and again, it's a one-possession game again. Quick smoke route out to Martin out there. Martin gonna make a man miss and fall ahead to about the 15-yard line.
Wow, Martin very shifty. Nice move there, puts the spin cycle on. You finish my laundry. Gets past the first down marker there. Did they give him the first down? Like he might be just a little short.
Yeah, just outside the 15-yard line of the Warriors here. Weigland sets it up, incomplete, went a little short that time, and I'll tell you, Zoich took a peek downfield too. That's a tough one to catch on the run.
Not only that, but actually if you're the Heritage offensive staff, you might be okay with that because he's probably going to get tackled in bounds. You start losing some precious that ticks off the clock. You still have a 3rd and short here, and this is obviously 4th down territory for Heritage.
Oh, yeah. It's going to take them 4, certainly. Wigan looking, going to fire it here to the near side. Caught, and the clock will stop as the chains will have to go. Caught at the 7-yard line. That's Josh Martin.
Got to show a sense of urgency here for Heritage. I see some people walking around, hands on hips. This is the time to push through that fatigue and make sure that you try and get it in the end zone here to give yourself a chance.
They wound the clock. Minute 35 to go here. Give it to Zoich, and he is hit immediately. And that's David Shumper, the first one there.
Great penetration through the middle of the defensive line there. Plays are being made by this Arapahoe front 7 time and time and time again. So Heritage right here, 116, got to get in there.
Look, fire it near the goal line, and he is smoked. Darrington got hit just as he was trying to bring it down. Jacob Calkins.
Starting to see some fatigue here on that Heritage side. Some kids taking some shots as we see Darrington calling to come out of the game now. But you see the Arapahoe sidelines getting fired up by their players. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down to the wire here.
Last timeout for Heritage. AFW player of the game will decide it as we get toward the end of the game. That's a tough one. And again, this thing's not over with here yet. Some scores in Class 4A. Denver South in the 3rd up on Mesa Ridge, 27-17. And a final now, 10-0. Pine Creek gets the win on the road up in Wizard.
Huge win.
Windsor, win, I should say.
Huge win for Pine Creek.
Wow, that is something. Beat Chris Jones' team up there in a tough place to play up there in Windsor. Some other finals from today. Chatfield rolling over Palmer, that is 57-0. Monarch wins at home. They beat Rampart 14-7. Rampart just got into the top 10 here. They're the ones that beat Heritage.
Out. Absolutely, yep. A Heritage team that took a loss to them. Now they turn around and take their loss. But this is why you love high school football. You never know what to expect. This is why you play the games. And again, I'm going to say it again. With 111 here, this game is not over with Heritage in scoring position.
Loveland up 48-14. That's now a final. They beat Thompson Valley up there. Big rivalry game. Loveland's been on the winning side of that for a long time.
Quick timeout for Arapahoe. Looks like they snuck it in there.
Wow, I didn't think they had a timeout left. I may have been wrong on that one, and the referees are going to grant it. So the AFW player of the game presented by American Furniture Warehouse. Find out more. Your lifestyle furniture store. Go to AFW.com. All right, let's roll through some more scores here. Let's go back. Let's go to 5A. Kind of interested in see if Cherry Creek is bouncing back. Regis Mullen facing off tonight as well. 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Creek up on Doherty, 34-27. That is a close one and a good one going on there. Let me see if I can find the Mullen score. Yep, 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Regis at home leading Mullen 33-14. So a good one going there as well. Oh, here we go. Hinckley, final. Thornton falls on the road at Hinckley, 28-18.
That one hurts my feelings a little bit. It hurts my feelings a little bit. Go Trojans.
We don't see them this year. Maybe we can lobby for them next year. Good throw, a little hot. And it gets through the hands of Gavin there. Nice little slant route coming from that slot.
He had him. He had him. Got to squeeze that football. Got to make eye contact, 3 points of pressure, squeeze that thing and put it away.
Did you see the smoke trail coming out of that thing?
Absolutely. The kid's got a cannon.
Wigan ripped that one.
Wigan's got an arm. That's for sure there. I mean, this is a kid that's been the one consistent force offensively. Now, I know Josh Martin and Zoich have been part of that too, but it's really been Wigan.
Here we go, 4th and 7. He's thinking about keeping it himself. Now finds a man, hit, and he is tackled before he gets into the end zone. Caught it, but a big finish there. Alex Smith around. So was Max Roos.
As we watch the replay here, you can see Alex Smith making a great tackle right there at the last second before he gets in the end zone. This is tough. I mean, what do you do?
I don't know. He just saved the touchdown here.
I don't know what you do. I mean, both of those kids have been the leaders for this Arapahoe team. Both captains, both leaders, offensively, defensively. I mean, Phelan has been the real one that's pushed the envelope here for the Arapahoe offense. But then you talk about Smith, offense, defense, special teams, the fake punt, returning kicks. But both of these kids have shown that they have the heart and are willing to lead this team to victory, as we're seeing here tonight. Great play again by Smith.
Big win for Arapahoe. It appears that's how that's going to turn out for them. And coming up for Arapahoe next week, they get to play Cherry Creek. Now they get to play them here at Littleton Public School Stadium, but they get Creek bearing down on them. And right now, Cherry Creek winning at home against Doherty right now. So that's going to be a tall test. This is a big win for them in the rivalry game.
And we expected Cherry Creek to bounce back. We called that Cherry Creek Regis game last week, and Cherry Creek just coming up a little bit short, 25-20. So we knew that team would probably bounce back this week. But Creek coming in here next week, I mean, but you know what? If you're a team that wants to compete and you want to be relevant, those are the games you play. Those are the teams you take on. That's how you tell the rest of the state, hey, we're the real deal. We're in the mix here, and that's what you expect from some of these teams, that they want to be relevant as far as the entire state is concerned.
I know we're winding down toward the end of the game, and strange things can happen, but again, it is a 15-point lead now. So, again, you're backed up with the shadow of the goalposts on your back, so you've got to make something happen.
If you're Arapahoe here, you have to be very, very, very careful to make sure that you get the snap right, that you get the handoffs right, whatever you're going to plan on doing here. My guess is, because they're only on the 1-yard line here, I would expect some kind of a quarterback sneak. You don't even want to take a chance at giving a handoff there in the end zone. So my guess is it's going to be a quarterback sneak, but you got to make sure that you take that ball and secure it, because if you can get a safety here, this becomes a 28-15 game, and you get the ball back, and you still have a minute too. So Arapahoe in control right now, but definitely has to be careful that backed up by their end zone.
Coming down to the end again. That's what we do in these post-preps games of the week. That's for sure. We've seen some good stuff. By the way, next week, it is a Grandview Eagle Crest. Man, we're going to have a good one for you. Eagle Crest won today, 38-13. And they beat Thunder Ridge. So Eagle Crest 2-0 now, coming in, and Grandview won on the road. They played at Legacy 34-0. And I don't mean Legacy Stadium. They actually played down in Parker against Legacy High School. That gets confusing.
Yes, it does, just a little bit.
If I said they played at Legacy, you go, duh.
Right, of course they do, right?
No. Injured player on the side. He's too close to the field. So we'll take a break here. It's Post-Preps Game of the Week.
Broncos quarterback situation. Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the Denver Post Sports Minute. Stay up to date with the Broncos, Rockies, Nuggets, Avalanche, Rapids, and even college sports. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting Denver Post Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/video or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, whenever you want it, watch the Denver Post Sports Minute 20.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at the new AFW.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
Battle for the Brook Ridge Trophy. Mike Campbell's had a few of those. Head coach for the Arapahoe Warriors out there talking to his boys. And again, Heritage taking a knee. We're not sure exactly who it is over on the far sideline, but we think it's Cramp, so we're hoping that is the case. Well, Campbell's got him playing here a little bit for Heritage. You got a chance to come back. You're playing a 5A opponent here, so you can get back into your schedule. You got your conference play that's coming up here, so you're going to be okay. For Arapahoe, you try to tick off some wins here early on, and this is a pretty big one to win a rivalry game because you got Crete coming in next week.
Well, and the way that this point system is working now, this RPI, it's 25% goes to your wins, 50% goes to your opponent's wins and losses, and then you also factor in another 25% of your opponent's wins and losses. So they put all this stuff into a pot, and they mix it up, and then they come out with some playoff rankings. But that's why every single one of these games is huge. So even for a team like Heritage, if Arapahoe can get on the right track and put some wins together, that opponent, and your opponent's win and loss, that could be a good factor for Heritage going forward. So all is not lost here. It is still very early in the season, but what you want is that we played a good, clean game, no fights, no funny stuff, which sometimes you can expect in a rivalry game, and these guys kept their heads, they kept it clean. It was a good football game on both sides of the ball. So I've really enjoyed this game. I mean, we want to make sure that kid, whoever is down, we don't want to speculate at this point, but we believe it might be Josh Martin, but we don't want to say for sure. But making sure that everybody comes out of this game healthy and gets ready for the next week. Yeah,
let's pick the kid who played the most. He's one of them. Alex Smith to be a guy, that kind of, and you just would kind of expect, I could see how you cramp up a little bit.
Well, and these kids, because in high school is so much different than the other two levels of football that we watch, college and the pros. And the difference is, the biggest difference is, most of these guys are on the field the entire game.
Yeah.
If you're a kid like Smith, I mean, they gave him some rest offensively, but he didn't come off the field defensively. He didn't come off the field on special teams. Yeah. So, I mean, these kids, and Josh Smith has been another one of those, or Josh Martin, excuse me, if this is him, and again, as soon as we know, we will update you, but this is another one of those kids that's been offense, defense, special teams. We saw the 2 returns on kickoffs that he almost broke for touchdowns. That was Josh Martin, if this is indeed him. Offensively, he had the big catches in the game. Defensively, he had some great defensive stops. As we see him finally get up, we're going to take a look here maybe and see who that might be. But a great ovation for this Heritage player who is getting up, who's given his all, and that's exactly why he is where he is. But the training staff has done a good job, and it does look like that is going to be Josh Martin. So it's good to see him up, not having any issues, and we'll see him walk across the field here. But a great showing by this Arapahoe team tonight. Heritage fighting tooth and nail. Now remember, they scored a touchdown here. They had the ball down with a little bit under 2 minutes left. They get a score there. This could be a completely different game, but the great stop there by Smith at the 1-yard line. Arapahoe gets the ball back. So, again, the danger of Arapahoe being on their own 1-yard line, but good to see Martin up and moving around and looking healthy.
Saw Kevin Lucas Savage come over and give him a handshake, a pat on the behind for a game well played.
Again, a great rivalry is played with respect, and that's what we've seen out of these two teams. Great job by both coaches on both sides, coaching great teams to play great football, and this is exactly what Colorado high school football is all about.
Here's the situation, minute 2 to go. Warriors stopped Heritage on the 1-yard line, got it back on downs, and so precarious position. Lukasevich going to lean forward just like you thought, D. Quarterback sneak, try to get a little extra yardage away from their goal line.
The less transaction you make, the less chance you have of having an empty bank account. So that's what you do offensively. You take the least amount of chances possible. That's that quarterback sneak. And because they didn't get a whole lot of yardage out of that, I wouldn't be surprised if you see that 3 times and maybe they even punt it away.
Yeah, well,
Well, they may not have to with that clock running down.
Nobody has any timeouts left, so you could just run it forward. Once again, most important thing is, as a quarterback, don't slip, fall forward.
Get that handoff, or get the snap. Make sure you get the snap.
Keep that ball out of the end zone here. Let's make our announcement as the time winds down. We see that Mr. Phelan is in the backfield. Our American Furniture Warehouse Player of the Game. Who we got, D?
Matt Phelan.
Yeah.
Sweet feet Phelan. Killing it tonight. A couple of different touchdowns as the crowd goes crazy, as the clock runs out. A great performance by him. Great performance by Smith, who was also a candidate. But Mr. Matt Phelan, Sweet Feet Phelan, came through tonight for Arapahoe.
Phelan, again, a 20-yard touchdown run in there. Scored a couple of touchdowns altogether. It was fun to watch this rivalry game once again put on by Arapahoe. It appears that the Brookridge Trophy is going to stay at Arapahoe High School for another year.
So what you're saying is Arapahoe's going to drink out of it, and I probably won't.
Yeah.
Hurts my feelings a little bit.
Probably right. Although you might ask Mr. Phelan out there, he may like that new
nickname. There you go. I gave you Sweet Feet, baby. Just give me one drink. That's all I want.
There you go. Heritage turned the ball over, not including the time on downs, 4 times out there, and the Warriors able to capitalize on it. The final 28-13. Our next week for you, it is Grandview and Eagle Crest. We'll have it for you starting at 7 o'clock. Don't forget that Kyle Newman gets out there. You catch him live on Facebook right around noontime. They did it about 10:30 this morning, but keep an eye out on Facebook. They will go to one of the schools and sit down and preview everything for you, and then we'll get the opportunity to come out and call the game between Grandview and Eagle Crest. Certainly looking forward to that one. We replay the highlights from this second half, and there were plenty of them. D, that was fun.
Absolutely. And as we see on the replays, both teams, big plays, both teams some mistakes, as we see the milk jug that I've been trying to get my hands on all night there. But no, this was fun. This is what you want to see. If we're going to televise these type of games, this is what the people of Colorado are due for when they look in for post-prep TV.
We'll be at Legacy Stadium next week. We invite you to join us then. In the meantime, the Arapahoe Warriors are going to keep the milk jug with them. The Brookridge Trophy goes back to Arapahoe as they beat Heritage, the final 28-13. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes working hard here. Thanks to the folks at Littleton Public Schools Stadium as well. For D. White, I'm Cory Lopez. We'll see you next time on the Denver Post Preps Game of the Week, presented by American Furniture Warehouse.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First, Dillon paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
And that was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
American Furniture Warehouse is the largest furniture retailer in the country. And now you can order online at the new AFW.com. Shop the largest selection of living room, bedroom, and dining room collections, all right here at the lowest prices. We'll carefully pack and ship your new furniture directly to your home, where our own professionally trained drivers will set it up for you. We can deliver almost anywhere in the U.S. in our own fleet of trucks. Shop online with nationwide delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
Did you know the Denver Post has live audio broadcasts of high school sports games? Listen to the Game of the Week on Post Preps Radio. Go to denverpost.com/preps to find upcoming games or listen to archived coverage.